All right, we're gonna get better. We're starting the show.
Always bet on black. That got a response.
You know what that means. All right. Easing into it. That music makes you feel good. All right. I love how we're watching Julian Sands hijack an aircraft.
I was going to say, who is this guy? Because I remember him having a little bit of a career. Obviously,
I think he's
movie,
in. That's Warlock. He's in fucking.
It's not Julian Sands.
No, it's Bruce Payne, I think.
I have fucking no idea who that is, but I have a vague memory of him. It shows how ephemeral this crap is. Entertainment is a goof, you know.
All right, we're gonna fade into the standby screen. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6. Your mom's gay and fat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the show.
But we can help get rid of the spots that you're
From Atlanta, Fulton County.
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
That woman's voice.
If you maintain the status.
December 7th, 9th.
I'm gonna question a psychopath.
I got me.
You gotta show it some love, you gotta show it some green. The world's gone crazy and it's so obscene. You gotta know where to hide in the big machine. Say it sounds like TV on the radio, so push that down. I wanna hear it in stereo. Do what you want, it's the will of the people. Nothing holds you back on that all-night radio. Ain't no love tonight in this city.
All right, we did it.
Yeah, man.
That's why the pre-show happens. We get all those kinks out.
I get into
a few things unplugged, but it's okay. How you doing, Crow?
I'm doing okay. I get into a headspace when I hear that song. It takes me to a different place. It's my, I'm a boxer entering the ring.
That means it's fucking transcendent. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Keith Pazel. This is my podcast. We're going to watch TV. We're going to make fun of it. We're going to talk about life and the birds and the bees and
yeah, we got. I tell you what, there's going to be some topics today. I got a feeling I might. We're going to go over this.
We got a quarterback list too.
Oh God,
that I vehemently disagree with.
Yeah. I saw some of the choices. They were odd.
It is the best song ever. James Bailey says it's the best song ever.
It's a pretty good song.
It is a good song.
It works.
Look how fat that guy is.
All self-congratulatory.
Man,
as a matter of fact, it works.
This commercial is the level of fat I am right now. That's what I'm looking like right there. If I'm in some woman jeans.
Yeah.
So
it's basically saying like you don't want to get worse. You don't want to be. You have to kind of manage it.
Yeah, I'd like to lose a little weight. But I also have dreams of just like hulking up some weights and turning it all into muscle. But that's a dream too.
Yeah.
Because that's all diet. To get muscle, you can't eat like chili dogs. We ate chili dogs tonight.
Yeah.
You can't get a 6-pack and eat chili dogs.
Yeah, I changed my diet dramatically.
So if you weren't here for the pre-show, we got Passenger 57 on right now.
Wesley Snipes, one of his early leading men, very much a Die-Hard influenced movie, you can tell.
92.
And I was making a good point about this pre-showing. Again, this is Die Hard, because this is Die Hard gone African American in the sky, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's how it was pitched, I'm sure.
The air up there.
So, but Die Hard was Die Hard was a breakthrough, obviously, in the action genre, because before that it was Terminator, it was Stallone. Rambo was very much the action guy, real jacked guy, real cartoonishly muscular. But Bruce Willis brought the everyman quality to it. He was kind of tough in his own way, but in a more realistic way. And I think that very much changed the genre of kind of the action genre. I feel like that's been a personality type ever since. And that's the contribution that Bruce Willis's Die Hard gave to the action.
All because he ran around barefoot in a fucking building.
Well, he was kind of he also made jokes and shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
the Christmas, my wife's a fucking whore.
He was making jokes while doing it. So it was like he had enough of a humor that it made you kind of relate to him more, you know.
When
And that
he
was a good
steps on
job
that
of
glass
acting.
for the first time.
Oh,
you're
that
just
was
oh.
was acting, man.
You know
That
what's
was
weird
acting.
too, because we've all stepped on something sharp. It's a weird thing that you can connect with in a movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, because he had to run
Bruce
over it.
Willis.
Yeah, absolutely. He had to run over it.
You got a British guy pretending to be Swedish in that movie. Fucking Alan Rickman.
Alan, no, he was German. It was
Hello,
Hans, he was Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber. Hello, Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond Willis.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
that was our introduction to Rickman, because he had a career after that. Galaxy
He's
Quest.
fucking Professor Snape.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a good career, and that was his first big role. You know, his breakthrough.
We got to get you to watch all 8 Harry Potters.
I have not watched a single second, and not even like passing on a channel. I literally have
you've
never
passed it. You probably just don't know it's Harry Potter.
Yeah, who knows?
It's a bunch of children in like robes.
I can't. I just, I was way too old
at
for
this.
that when that came out.
I got a wand right here. I could do tricks with this at Universal Studios Hollywood.
That's amazing,
Yeah, it was like $35.
man.
It's actually like 50, I think. The interactive ones are more expensive, which I don't get because they're all hollow and shit. They have actual like solid wooden ones that you could probably knock someone out with.
When you say tricks, like what happens?
So
what do you
their
do? In a
setups,
room or
they have
something?
sensors around Harry Potter world
Okay.
that you can wave in a window and like the shit'll move around in the window.
Oh,
You can like do magic.
it's
tricks.
interactive in that way. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It's kind of frustrating because you have to put your feet. They have these footprints, and it'll be like, okay, flick up and then do a U, and then you'll do it, and nothing will happen. So you'll be like,
Like trying to make it.
get all pissed
the
off.
quality control isn't quite there yet.
Yeah.
you know.
Ooh, what do we got going on here?
Well, what we got going on is this
We got a-
Halle Berry read for this, but was not good enough.
Yeah, we got a breach in the hall apparently here.
yeah.
I
which-
love how there's mass decompression going on, but he's just like walking around.
No, I know exactly.
There would also be a massive.
Oh, they're still on the
Oh,
ground.
they're still getting up.
What plane is that, Keith?
That is a DC-10, my man. Or a TriStar. That might be a 1011 TriStar.
Now, was that the DC-10 had the engine on top of the
That's a tri-engine. They got it on the top.
tri-engine? Exactly.
Because it could be a DC-9.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is a
I flew
wide body
DC-9s
aircraft.
a lot. DC-9s.
Because that was the narrow body.
Yeah. DC-9 was the competition for the 727.
Yeah. And DC
yeah.
Talk is the Christian band.
Yeah.
DC Cab is the Bill Maher vehicle.
Exactly. Was Bill Maher in DC?
Bill
Cab?
Maher was in DC Cab.
Wow.
Let's pull that up.
Wow. I just learned something. Because that movie, I look at that as being a Mr. T vehicle, but I'm sure Maher was, probably young and getting a role, Wow.
Yeah. Wasn't he in like a pizza place show early on too?
Man, I don't know much.
Young Bill Maher.
I mean, I only got into him with Politically Incorrect
Back
in the
when
late
I was
90s.
actually a liberal. Now I just don't like Muslims.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, he's got a...
he owns the Mets or some shit, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't own the Mets. I don't think he has that
With
much
his...
cash. He might...
synagogue earnings.
Well, it's funny. Yeah.
I wish I could have a zoom in and a dun dun dun.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
turned.
Yeah. God,
been me the
how
whole
that's
time.
become an issue again? The globalists? Oh my God. What do they call them? Rootless cosmopolitans like Stalin while you're at it. It's so fucking gross. It's so gross.
Bill Maher, DC Cab.
Wrong. Yeah, oh yeah, DC Cab was that was the movie Mr. T did after Rocky 3. Mr. T's daughter is obviously a longtime listener of the show.
I'm gonna ask. We're gonna ask Google real quick. Hey Google, was Bill Maher in DC Cab?
Yes, Bill Maher plays Bob in DC Cab.
Wow.
He plays Bob in DC Cab.
I didn't know he had an acting.
Which means he sings.
I'll be honest too. I never saw that movie. I never saw DC Cab.
I think it's just like a hip musical.
You want to know why it didn't happen? I didn't see it because I was in Wisconsin, and you wouldn't get an urban movie like this. Like this would be an East Coast, West Coast movie. You wouldn't get this in the Upper Midwest, white areas.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're a pitiful specimen of manhood.
He's just doing Mr. T.
That is Mr. T. Yeah,
Well, I know
that's Erica Rhodes' father right there.
Well, exactly. I was just talking about her. I guess he made $30,000 for Rocky 3, and he was asked to be in the Expendables, but I guess he's got a real beef with Stallone. He really doesn't like Stallone.
Wrong house.
It's the. They would not react that way, by the way. God, they're shooting this in LA.
Look at the Mercedes logo just right.
Look
front
at
and center.
that's the evil guy from Ghost driving the cab.
Holy shit, is that Jimmy Walker or fucking Mom's Mabley? Holy Christ.
You see the guy who's driving the cab? That's the bad guy in Ghost.
Let's see if Bill Maher made the best of reel.
Yeah.
We're fucking now.
There he is. He's right in the background. You can see him right there. You see him. He's over the shoulder.
Oh yeah, there he is.
That's him. His chin.
This was my first role. This is when I first joined a pedophile cult. I'm just kidding. I don't believe any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, that'd be a hard one to pull off.
I just think it'd be funny to say pedophile cult in Bill Maher's cadence. See, this is how bad DC Cab was. YouTube's like, nah.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I love, has anybody ever wanted to find out why in the bottom corner when it says like YouTube was experiencing interruptions? Find out why. What if you clicked find out why and it was just a pig fucking a fucking human being or something like that?
I don't know if my mind goes there. I don't know if I can yes and you on that one.
What is this movie about?
It's about a cab in Washington, D.C. Well, I think they take over like the business, you know. Like, this is obviously like the climactic. We're building to the climactic scene, correct? It's a comedy of errors, sort of. Is that Gary Busey?
Hell yeah, that's Gary Busey.
Man, there must have been some drug use on this set.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, because this was a had theatrical release. I mean, this was a...
Yeah, they just did key bumps and screamed and ran around.
Wow. I mean, yeah, and just... I mean, the ham-handed overacting of it all is that... Yeah, I think that's him. I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong.
Oh, is she gonna flamethrow him? That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. This is very now she's getting. Is she a black lady?
Oh yeah.
This is very foreshadow. I was gonna say a white lady flamethrowing a whole crowd of black cab drivers.
Yeah.
This is very foreshadowing.
You know.
What is that? Judah Friedlander. At every moment, they were just like, "We got to find ways to put funk in."
I know. Yeah, this is. The way it's put together, obviously we haven't seen the build up to it, but I can't really piece it together.
Was this before Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh yeah, this is 83.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop was 84, which was, I mean, that was
people were probably like,
maturation.
This is such a better DC Cab.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is...
That would have been my review.
That was also...
Beverly Hills Cop.
There was an incredibly talented comedic actor just blown up on the scene, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Murphy processed it all. He was a product of television.
You know his famous bit about how homosexuals will just maul you?
I mean, I remember, Delirious when I was 14, I used to do impressions of that. Habada, 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 habada. When he's talking about how the honeymooners having sex. Hey, I want you to fuck me. It's like his entire act is so homophobic. It's unbelievable.
See, but that kind of lets you know how untouchable Eddie Murphy is still. Because they've even at this point just been like, oh, Eddie. That's probably why Eddie's not coming back. He's probably just like, I love how I call him Eddie, like I know him.
You know, exactly. But he saved Saturday Night Live, obviously. And then
he was on
huge.
That's when you know how bad it was.
Huge.
Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo were the stars of Saturday Night Live.
80% of the sketches. 80%.
Anthony Michael Hall was in.
No. This was before that weird.
Didn't Robert Downey Jr. get in for a little bit?
For 1 year. 1 year.
Wasn't
run.
that the non-Lorne Michaels years?
Yeah, it was like 86.
They just were getting actors,
really remember,
right?
Yeah, I don't remember really even watching it. Although there was a couple of famous sketches. The one in 86 when Shatner hosts, when he goes to a Trek convention, he's like, "Come on, it's just a TV show," you know. And he's like, have you ever kissed a girl?
When was fucking?
It was like nerd humor. Yeah.
When was Martin Short on?
He was on like 84. It was actually post Eddie Murphy left in 83. It was 81 to 83 was his time period because he made, I think 40. I mean, Hollywood came calling.
God, that feels like an eternity. That was a 6-minute clip of DC Cab, and I was like, holy shit, what are we at the end of the first half?
When's it going to resolve? I still can't see the culmination, I don't know who the main actor is. I guess it's T. I can't.
James Bailey calls him the Nora Dunn years of SNL.
Yeah, well, that's more like, there's some late 80s in there. Yeah, mid 80s. But they didn't know what to do when they lost Murphy. It was like, they were flailing for a bit. He came back and hosted it the next year.
Got some John Wick. We got Star Wars happening here.
He was a cultural phenomenon.
We're going to turn on Star Wars and this room will blow up because of copyright.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
It won't. We just can't. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I think we could be there. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting close to the speech.
I fucking loved this movie. I would rent, dude, when I was a kid, I would rent this movie and Howling Part 9 all the fucking time.
This movie is, I saw this in the theater, as you know. I was 6 years old. I badgered my father for what felt like months to see this movie. Come on, can we see the movie? Can we see the movie? Can we see the movie?
And I want to see the movie. Like, God damn it.
Finally, like, okay, we'll see it. He had seen it before, so it was kind of cool. He kind of guided my brother and I through it. Because I think I told the story. My brother had to go to the bathroom because he was so tense during the movie. Right before the head coming out scene. The head coming out of the bottom of the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that famous scene. And my dad knew that scene was coming up, and he's like, "Hey, no, you got to sit down. You got to just sit down for a little bit." And there's that scene happened. I think that happened to my brother.
You're going to sit down and piss your fucking pants in this scene.
No, but it was more just like he knew it was going to be an exciting scene because it's.
But I just like the idea. He's like, but I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, but it'll be a memory.
Yeah.
Don't fuck this up for me.
No, you got to stick around. Just I think he told him to sit down. I think he did. That could be a weird emotional lie I'm doing there, but it's.
Look at that face.
I mean,
he was just fucking completely hammered the whole time he did this.
Oh yeah,
which you got to appreciate with any fucking movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he was a heavy drinking British actor, like Richard Burton era, Richard Harris era, like that era of British actor. Oliver Reed was in this era of just real alcoholics.
He's British.
Oh, absolutely. He could be Irish, but it's in that same era.
He's not
of
American.
No, definitely not.
Certainly not Italian.
He's not. He's great in The Sting. He's amazing. Doyle Lonigan.
You know why Jaws is great? No Italians. Not nary an Italian in this cast. Except for the mayor. The mayor seems kind of Italian.
With his anchor jacket.
Hey, we can't shut down the town. It's summer vacation.
Hey, I'm a young Buddy Cianci. I'm getting my work in the mid-70s in a small town. I can take advantage
I go out
of them.
there, I grab the shark by its shikamadusha.
God. I think my writing partner might start to listen to this. He's going to be very upset that I'm with a guy that has such animosity towards the
just
Italian
those
people.
Italians.
Yeah, exactly. Of course. He doesn't like them, I'm sure.
Stanley Tucci's probably cool. It's because
he's cultured.
but he talks like this. Yeah, we'll go eat some ravioli.
When I saw this movie, you got to understand, it made an impression on my psychology so deep, Keith. I was still drawing pictures 3 years later about this. I was like 6 years old. When I was 9, I was still drawing pictures, and I was drawing pictures of Jaws because it literally seared into my skull. It was like an act of like, hey, I drew this for you. Here's a picture of Jaws.
Apparently,
because it just seared into my skull. That's how powerful it was.
Apparently, after the USS the Indianapolis scene, he fell down drunk on the table.
Well, I guess they did 2 takes. What I heard, he did 2 takes. He did the drunk take, the first take, and he was kind of embarrassed actually. And then the second take was the sober take that they went with. But they said if you watch them,
riffed it.
If you watch them, they're almost the same.
I think they piece them together too at some point. Because he improvised that whole thing, didn't he?
Well, I think there was chunks of it that he did, I believe. No, what they say, the story behind it is that the movie was floundering, like it was not going well when they were making it. It was going over budget, and the writing was kind of halfway done. And so Larry Gelbart from MASH, who wrote for MASH, came. I think it was Larry Gelbart, who plays a character, and he plays one of the
Jaws.
In Jaws, he plays a media guy.
The guy who created MASH is in Jaws.
No, absolutely. He's wearing like a blazer, and he's like, "Get down to Philadelphia. The guy owes me a favor." Remember that guy who says that? Hey, got to reach up to so and so in New York City. He owes me a favor. That's Larry Gelbart, I believe. And so he came in and he actually kind of helped write that scene. And when they got that scene, they felt like it was a breakthrough in the movie. Like it actually sort of brought it together in some way. Like that story was written halfway through shooting.
Yeah.
So they're kind of winging it.
I like the
mean?
idea that the Indianapolis story starts with him going, 47 men went down in there looking like a doll's eyes. And
It's so good.
And then Leonardo DiCaprio, that beautiful man, it just turns into the end of Titanic. I watched his beautiful blue eyes sink into the ocean. I was screaming, Jack.
Because DiCaprio.
Jack. That beautiful young man went down in 1921. They're just like, what the fuck is going on?
No, yeah, this what's coming up. Yeah, there's gonna be one more scene, and we're
Is this
two
when he
scenes
feeds
away.
the chum?
Yeah, this one first.
This is when you first see Jaws.
No, it hasn't happened yet. This is the first
You
time.
know, in
actually,
the book,
okay.
fucking Richard Dreyfuss's character fucks Brody's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, what also he dies. He dies in the book. Dreyfus gets eaten when he goes in the cage. He gets eaten in that sequence. That is such a good sequence. That sequence when he's underwater is like,
And
so
I
fucking-
improvised those faces.
Richard Dreyfuss probably gets so mad that the drunk guy upstaged him.
He was a drunk mess the whole time.
Well, I guess what they say
I
is
was
that
nothing but professional. I improvised the something. Nobody appreciates me.
Well, I guess Shaw busted his balls a lot while filming it. Like he would always give him little lines. He'd give him a line.
He actually went out
before
and
they said
hunted
action.
sharks.
Before they said action, Soldier Shaw, right before they said action, he'd say, "Mind your mannerisms. Mind your mannerisms." He would try to get into his head before the scene.
God
You'd
damn
kinda
it,
fuck with
Shaw.
him, you know. But I guess, he was. I love the backstory of this movie. It's so fucking good because I mean, everything was going wrong. They had 2 orca boats, and one of them sunk. So they had 2 boats like that, and the one that was sinking I think it had the film in it, and it was like late in the filming process, and they were going to lose like all the footage. Like it was going to get ruined by salt water. I mean, it's like what it had to go through to actually. I mean, it just was.
I want to have an electrode set up to me, and then whenever that thing closes on the camera, I get a little electric shock.
It's okay, man. We're figuring it out, man.
No, it's nothing I can. It's just the way the camera is. It's not a movie camera per se.
Yeah, exactly. So, but again, this movie, Jaws, so with you, your impression as a kid watching, what did you like about it? Because I went off. I want to hear.
Yeah, it should be back bays.
I
used to just rent it. I just liked it because I knew everybody, but I loved sharks as a kid. I had like an autistic obsession with sharks.
I had a huge
early
obsession
on,
with sharks.
and Jaws is a movie you can let a little kid watch. There's not very much cussing in it.
Yes.
There's not a lot of gore.
Yeah.
Even
enough.
when he cuts the stomach of the first shark open, you just see like the liquid bleed out.
Exactly.
Like, you see the back of the shark and you see him.
Yeah.
When he I love that scene when he cuts it open.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird, like nobody does that.
Well, no, because it smells bad because it's a shark. It's a dead shark's intestine he's cutting up,
and he pulls out a fucking can and shit.
Yeah, exactly. In the Louisiana, that's a famous. What state was it from? It's
Nothing but a tin can and used
Just
condoms.
as I thought, he came up from Gulf Stream, warm waters, and that was the build up to the head coming down from the bottom. It's Ben Gardner's boat. That was the scene before that. I was upset. My mom bought me like shark records. I'd play like records of like there was like records made about Jaws that I listened to. I was obsessed with it. I mean, it had a searing impression on my brain. Because it was when the power of film was before Star Wars. It wasn't Star Wars. It was Jaws that released the power of film.
See what we go on Passenger 57 here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize so much of this movie took place off an airplane.
Yeah.
It's kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
Flight 16.
I'll tell you what, it's no turbulence.
Yeah. Oh, turbulence is good.
Turbulence is great.
I like
number
Turbulence.
1, it's a 747. So you got that kind of excitement.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a movie on the Queen of the Skies.
Yeah.
And Ray fucking Liotta's in it when he was probably still drunk and smoking cigarettes and shit.
Yeah.
Just off the Goodfellas, Ray Liotta.
Yeah, exactly.
Hot shit. He probably thought, dude, turbulence.
Yeah.
This is going to be my fucking Moby Dick here.
Get over to the fairgrounds.
Yeah, he'll do anything. I give Liotta credit. He'll fucking go up.
As if he's hurt. I'll press charges against
Because
you
he's
myself.
so good in Goodfellas.
I love how the Wesley Snipes as the black character needs the black liaison. if my brother man is hurt, you speak to me. Just let
My brother, man. Exactly.
Do we got another fucking
It was Passenger 57. Again, at this point,
look at this next movie,
Wesley
Surviving
Snipes
the
was
Game.
bigger, I think. He was bigger than
Do you remember
Denzel.
Surviving the Game?
Do you know I actually kind of wanted to see this.
Ice-T, Rucker Hauer, Charles Dutton, Gary Busey.
Yeah. You know what this
Holy
is? You know what this
shit.
is? Well, here's what this Ice-T is a homeless guy who's kidnapped, and they want to hunt a homeless guy, like these white supremacist type guys.
That's fucking cool.
And they want to, and I never saw it. But it came out in '94, so it's got to be ridiculous.
Oh, it's probably terrible.
You know, but it had that's enough of a cast. You got Busey in there. You know, you got a few names.
Hell yeah, dude. James Bailey. Aponte's on here. Rob Aponte.
Hey.
We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Oh, wait. All right.
We're here. We're back.
Man,
Cleanse
Aponte
the
can
palate.
chat like a motherfucker.
So, again, we're watching Passenger 57.
Yeah, and Jaws. We're flipping around.
Yeah, and
we're flipping around. Do
I
you
think-
want to hit into this quarterback list soon, or do you want to keep? We're going to talk about Jaws
Because here's what I want to see because we're coming up to the
on
Robert
where
Shaw
the head
scene.
pops up.
No,
the
that's already
USS
happened. The
Indianapolis?
USS that scene's coming up, like in the next 5 minutes. It's
Can
gonna
we
come up.
play it, but we'll do a gay thing like he's...
I want to actually just watch it.
I put
and
his britches
savor it.
down past his waist. Have you ever seen
And whatever happens,
a
we
pair of wet Levi's pressed up against a young man's thighs?
I'm not going to that place. What I'm doing is we're going to watch it and react to it and see what happens, and we're going to improvise, just like Robert Shaw.
17 young
Just like
men went
Robert
onto
Shaw.
that ship as boys and learned how to be men with each other's bodies. By the time that shark got to us, we had learned so much about each other's orifices. We knew exactly what to do when that shark bit into our freshly...
What there is a thing, right? Isn't there the Navy? What is gay men always join the Navy, right? Wasn't that the thing?
I
That
guess.
the rumor or something.
Yeah.
that was like because
I don't know what the root of that was. Does anybody in the chat know what the root of naval gayness is?
I mean, like, because the Village People in the Navy was almost as big as YMCA.
Well, they
if
are
there wouldn't
gay.
have been YMCA in the Navy, might have been their hit. Macho Man, but in the Navy was their third hit. It was Macho Man and YMCA, but in the Navy was up there too. In the Navy, like, what was that cliche about? I don't
know. Let's
was it
look.
like we're a man at sea and there's no women around for months and you just hope and pray that maybe some sailor. I mean, is that what it is? Is that the stereotype of it?
I don't know.
all?
I'm looking it up now. I'm looking it
It's
up
just
and
so-
I'm putting the browser in the fucking window.
It's just, I don't get. I mean, it's a bizarre stereotype.
Ah,
you know?
Christ! I forgot to go mid-frame. We got to go mid-frame.
But
See,
like,
we're bigger.
I think Harvey Milk was in the Navy. Like, I'm going to be in the Navy, and I don't know.
Was he in the Navy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Man, that's what somebody. I wonder if they care so much.
Oh yeah, or it just was. It sort of happened, or maybe they didn't
fuck.
even know. You know what I mean? Like they weren't even really aware or something. Maybe, who knows? I got a feeling they knew. You'd know shit like that.
Hold on. That's not gonna happen. That fucking hair.
Well, yeah, it is. I cannot place him, but he was in a few other movies. I want to say he was in the Paul movies in the 80s, but I'd be totally wrong. I mean, it looks a bit like a guy who was in some played some bad guys in his movies in like the 80s, but I could be wrong.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. Sailors and sexual identity.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I guess it crossing the line between straight and gay in the U.S. Navy. Someone wrote a book about that. Steven Zealand. I don't know. I was trying to get the browser up on the thing for you guys, but I can't.
Uh-oh.
Homosexuality in the Royal Navy. This is British, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We tip each other over like boats. Yes. We call it being buoyant with one another.
Okay. So yeah. I mean, what I wonder what the history behind that. You know, I never. Really, There was always this rumor or whatever that was that.
Oh, guys, the audio was jumping because I was trying to add the browser to the screen, and whenever I click on like try to add shit to the stream midstream, it like responds delayed.
Yeah.
I was just talking because they're like, oh, their audio's jumpy.
But by the way, this is not a good movie. Passenger 57 is not.
It's not.
Movie.
It's not good, and we're watching it kind of on silent.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Now they're climbing a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, it's like
because the movie's called Passenger 57.
Yeah, it should be all on an airplane, or the vast majority.
I mean, they got off that airplane real quick.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I wanted to figure that out. Like how?
I wonder if Turbulence wrote that wrong.
Let's go back to Jaws.
Okay,
I think we're going to be coming.
Man, that guy just fell fucking
because
face
the shark
forward.
reveals himself. Yeah, this is when they first see it. They first encounter it. And 3 tons of them. He's 25 feet and 3 tons of them, you know, or whatever they said. He's 25.
That's my favorite move. He puts his hands off the barrel like he's in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Time.
Well, exactly, because it was that helped like the tension of it, the urgency of the scene, you know. This movie was so impactful. There were so many knockoffs. Orca came out in 1977 with Richard Harris.
I hated Orca.
Oh, it's terrible.
I saw
Bo
it.
Derek is in
I
it.
was so upset when I rented Orca from the video store.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's bad.
I got 40 minutes in, and I don't even think you see a killer whale until 40 minutes in. It's just dead animals and humans washing up on shore. Oh, it's the worst.
And then Tentacles was even worse than that. It was an octopus. Here's the story. There's an octopus. There's an underwater like sonic radar being done by like some military thing, you know, and it pisses off Mother Nature, and Tentacles gets upset. So Tentacles becomes an aggressive octopus. So there's a lot of scenes of like people being taken down by Tentacles. The Deep was a movie with Nick Nolte, Jacqueline Bisset, and Robert Shaw, written by Peter Benchley, who wrote Jaws. That movie in 1977, second largest grossest movie behind Star Wars, second largest grossest movie that year. Because of Jaws, that was still the ripple effect of Jaws. Like that was this. There was still an appetite for underwater sea adventures and shit. You know.
Well, and then when Megadeth came out, we realized there was an appetite for destruction. So.
Well, that was actually. Wouldn't that actually be?
Is that Guns N' Roses?
Yes. Megadeth. I did not like. I never liked Megadeth. Oh, here we go.
He looks awful. Have you seen Dave Mustaine now?
Yeah, I'm sure he's terrible.
Oh my God, let's pull that up.
Yep.
Just a picture of Dave Mustaine.
We got here we go. Chief, don't worry about that. We're now becoming Come sit next to me, Chief. I'm ready to go.
Hey,
dude, that is like my dad.
Yeah, they filmed this like at 2 a.m. or something.
Now I gotta say, Crow.
Yeah.
I can't not talk over it because we'll get copyrighted.
Yeah, okay.
So
yeah, that's cool.
I just got to let you know that.
Okay, yeah. But this is when they actually connect more as a team, you know.
They go over their injuries. Fucking Kevin Smith mocks this in Chasing Amy.
Of course, yeah, you know. Kevin Smith is a turd.
You don't like Kevin Smith?
No, I don't.
Why?
I just find him to be an annoying Gen X, like a nerd.
His movies are awesome.
He helped create nerdist culture, you know.
No, he's not. He embraced it when it came along. I feel like he was more of like a Jersey punk guy, and then like not even music wise, just like he playing street hockey, fucking whatever, like cigarette smoking, fucking the type of dude who wore a leather jacket around his waist and shit like that. but he also did like comics, and I feel like when nerd shit got to like he embraced it. He was like, I can finally be a dork. I don't have to pretend to be Silent Bob all the time.
Okay, yeah.
Because he's kind of more edgy than he's not as
I agree.
He cries a lot. He cries a lot on his YouTube videos.
I don't. I don't have any videos.
You want a drink?
You want a drink?
My dad would do this, showing each other scars, but it was just him talking about his divorce.
Oh man.
Those are his scars.
Yeah, well that's, you know, mine are pretty emotional based too. They all are, I guess.
You're wearing a sweater.
Bailey doesn't like Kevin Smith either.
I just find
I like his movies. I don't know him personally.
I don't really think about him much, but I know I didn't like him 15 years ago, which tells me I wouldn't like him now.
Oh, that's when he says she broke my heart. Oh, look at that. They cut the commercial.
Whoa.
That is a bad fucking... They are just interrupting the vibe over there on fucking...
That is a mistake. That's like, come on. I don't like that. Get that. Whoever runs that station, whoever runs that channel,
AMC.
Get them on the horn right now. You need a bad. It was like, whoa, the way it stopped, it was all awkward. It wasn't even meant to be cut there. Anyway.
Yeah. Rob Aponte says, check out this emotional scar that runs through my heart.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mary Ellen Moffat. She broke my heart.
Except for it's Julie Fox.
Well,
we'll bleep out my mom's name there real quick.
That's what your father. Ooh, man, that's.
I mean, my mom. You could probably look up. There's probably billions.
Yeah.
That's 2 very common names.
Yeah.
My mom is Ted Smith.
Yeah, exactly. But that was your father's. Like he would talk about that. He would get into his divorce.
All the time.
Ooh,
and not
man.
even just that. He would just be like, I used to do this with your mother. I would do this with your mother and all that with your mother.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be so funny. He would come home hammered and like take a poop, and I would sit in the bathroom while he pooped because his shit smelled. He would smoke cigarettes in the bathroom, so you didn't really smell shit. You just smelled cigarettes.
Man.
And he would be all hammered, shitting, telling me about work, and then it would just lead to like, "That's like your mother."
Oh,
and I would just be like, oh God. But as a kid, I knew that like I gotta let him get this out on me because I can't let him go upstairs with this nonsense.
Ooh, man.
I took a lot for the whole family.
Yeah.
They need to be grateful.
Sorry.
I feel like because my dad is like, I live on the other side of the country. So like they're taking care of him. And part of me feels like there's a little bit of resentment on their part of like, oh, you're not here dealing with what we're dealing with. But then I'm like, I dealt with him for 30 years.
Yeah. No, I give you credit.
Like you don't know the things he said to me when he was hammered and we were by ourselves and I just never told you.
Yeah.
Because they're just like weird, not like aggressive, but just like he would talk to me like I was his roofing buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like my dad talked to me like an adult man.
Yeah, something happened to him. I don't know, something happened. It was like something happened where he.
My whore mother happened.
Oh God, I don't want to be that guy, and I am in my own way. It's kind of like not as bad as your dad. Sorry,
no, but that's what was depressing about it.
What a dick!
But that's what was depressing about it is because my dad is a nice guy. So when he would get hammered and start being all,
it would come
like
out,
people would just be like, that's what would bum them out so much because we would just be like, oh, you're so nice all the time.
Yeah,
and then you get like this when you're drunk. So why would you? Yep. That was our argument all the time of like, you acknowledge all the time that this is how you get when you're drunk. So like,
you gotta stop drinking.
Why would you keep getting drunk?
It's because he's addicted,
Well, and it was just, it was only hard alcohol too. Beer drunk was different.
I'm curious how.
He was just more not aggressive. When he was drunk on beer, you can kind of joke with him a little more.
But the beer was, because I think of beer as, there's like, I think of fighting.
But
beer
when he would drink like schnapps and shit, he would bring Goldschlager home and stuff.
Yeah.
That's when because he would make jokes. And because he was hammered, he'd make like errors.
Yeah.
He would just say shit wrong. And when he's beer drunk, you'd be able to be like...
Continue the conversation.
Or just make fun of what he just said. But he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah.
But when he was drunk on hard alcohol, you had to just agree with everything he said. If you tried to like joke back at him, he'd be like, what am I, an asshole? He would get real fucking aggro on hard liquor.
This is some good therapy right now, people. I hope you're enjoying this. You're getting a good session. No, that makes sense. My father would repeat himself. He was a big repeater,
Yeah.
If he drank too much, and he liked to drink gin. My father would drink
gin. I was telling her because she has a bottle of gin, and we were talking to one of her friends. We went to her going away party.
Yeah.
And I was like, gin to me, because they were talking about how gin's like all fun, and I was like, gin to me is like divorced alcohol.
I will say a good gin drink, if it's made a comeback, they're good. Gin's a good alcohol, but I can't manage the drunk that well because I'm so used to drinking beer to get drunk that managing a gin drunk for me isn't easy. I don't know why I can't handle it.
By the way, I thought of you at that going away party because one of Larry's friends, who's great, but she does something, she says something that I noticed. It didn't annoy me one way or the other, but I noticed it.
Yeah.
She doesn't say things are cool or good.
Yeah.
She says it's cute.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you say something, she'll go, oh, cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But like for everything.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't say like, oh, cool. She'll go, oh, cute.
What made you think about that?
Because I was like, this would annoy Crocious. Like,
yeah.
There are certain things in life where I'm like, Crocious would like, that would be like every time she said that, it would be like someone dripping water on your forehead. Yeah, she said it a lot, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, there's certain habits that I don't like.
It's like that's like Valley shit. Cute. That's so cute. Cute. Oh, cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. The cross section when you drive. Oh, we're in the scene again. This is where. Let me tell you something.
Torpedoes into our side, Chief.
She did. I swear to God, it was
coming back.
She was taken by.
Yeah.
I had to go over to
my virgin daughter.
Was taken, and I had to go to Paris.
He just explains every Liam Neeson movie plot from beginning to end.
So there they were being sent to the death camps. And I said that shouldn't happen. I swear it's against the laws of nature and God.
I found a wild beast of a woman in the woods, and she got screwed in the belly. Her name was Nell.
I remember he was in movies like Kull the Conqueror. He was also in John Borman's Excalibur. You know,
Rob Aponte says that shark has a taste for human flesh. Cute.
Yeah,
here we go.
Yeah. This is
There's nothing in that cup.
This is improvisation.
They didn't even list us overdue for a week. Very first light,
swear,
Very first light, Chief.
I've been taken when they go. You know.
I'll tell you what wasn't left in that water was all of our virginities that night.
I swear.
Because we had taken them all.
It had been taken.
Nearest man that man, he's that pounding and hollering and screaming.
He's talking about that pounding that went on that ship that went. And then the shark attacked us while we were pounding and screaming and hollering.
Here you go.
Right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got
big, beautiful blue eyes, like
a doll's eyes.
Like a doll's eyes.
When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you.
Right in the penis, which was erect at the time because we were pounding and screaming and hollering.
High-pitched screaming. The ocean to
then it takes another. He has a story on top of this one. Herbie Robinson.
What if he just kept talking for?
I thought he was sleeping.
We just let this guy talk. He was so annoying.
You know.
By the end of that first dawn.
Yeah.
Lost 100 men. I don't know how many sharks.
My father don't love me, Chief.
How many men? They average 6 an hour.
Could be thousands of them.
On Thursday morning,
that'd be.
I bumped into a friend of mine,
Herbie
Robinson from Cleveland.
Ball player, bosun's mate.
Baseball player, bosun's mate.
Dude, Spielberg was probably just like, for fuck's sakes.
Spielberg was 28 years old when he was directing this. You know, it's amazing.
Steven Spielberg. There's your dork. You want to fucking hate Kevin Smith for being a fucking
we've talked
nerd?
about that before, like the direction of like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got
I'm
this.
Steven Spielberg.
No. Okay, it's not.
Well, that's George Lucas.
I've got this story in my head. I've got to get it out.
Like George Lucas is the actual guy who's like, yeah, this is the idea, and Steven Spielberg is just like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, George.
That was
gee golly.
I was most frightened, waiting for my turn. I'll never put on a life jacket again.
And you won't get shot either. You won't get the fucking vaccine.
Yeah.
Shot, man.
He's a total anti-vaxxer.
Anti-vaxxer shot.
There's no way.
You're not gonna put that.
He's got polio, everything.
I live my life to die soon.
The only needle I had put in me was the head of a shotgun.
We delivered the bomb.
I got it all. I got scurvy.
So he said I was most nervous when it was my turn.
I got real pirate diseases in me, Chief. I've never been vaccinated.
Yeah, living on the sea, like truly being a seafaring person would be a bizarre life.
Secreting viruses and all sorts of bacteria.
Well, that's the thing about it too, is that like when they would go into port, like the whores knew, like, we're making money tonight, gals. They're coming in. You've been on sea for weeks or months on end. They knew it. Okay, we're gonna.
I sing this song at work a lot.
No, it's such a good. What's that?
Show me the way to go home.
Yes, they do, man.
I'm gay and fat and gay.
Well, he and Spielberg are totally good, but I mean, they're like
Who, Dreyfus?
Dreyfus is.
Well, they look like each other.
I always thought that Spielberg Dreyfus was Spielberg when I was a little kid, because you didn't really see.
They both got that
Spielberg.
weird like chin strap fucking into the goatee.
Absolutely, and so I always thought they were the same person.
They both had like newly father facial hair, like the facial hair of someone who just got out of law school or had a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Love he's got the barrel attached to him.
Yep.
That is kind of little good ideas because the shark was fucked up. So they were like, quick, like, how are we going to show the shark's arrival?
Absolutely.
They're like, we'll have the barrel pop up.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like such a simple thing.
I improvised the drumming. I improvised. No, that was not in the script. It was just we were singing, and I was like, well, my character would drum.
Exactly. And this is to me, this is a real dramatic end to this. God, it's such a good scene.
I love how Dreyfus and them actually ate their food.
Yeah. Yeah, weird, like, bizarre 70s pork chops.
Yeah.
Men had heart attacks.
Roy Scheider.
Shaw had a heart attack, Men had a grabber back then, man. Anyway, go ahead.
Roy Scheider was on his fucking, his all that jazz diet for this one, so he couldn't eat.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't put any of the pounds on, I'm playing Bob Fosse.
Yeah, I remember him playing. I mean, Scheider was a leading man for a while. In the early, he was in French Connection. I mean, he was definitely a solid 70s actor. Like, he definitely had a good movie career. Dreyfus talks about him like being a rock. He was a rock on the set when things were going bad. Scheider was always prepared. And it sort of gave a professionalism.
They smooched a little bit.
No, they didn't. Get over here.
He wanted to.
Swear to God, you've been taken, haven't you?
Now, this is very suburb of Chicago, just someone firing a gun into the ground.
Absolutely. Well, because he's going, he knows he's in for a match. He's outmatched on this one. That's why I like this.
Well, in the suburbs in Sauk Village, Illinois, there was no shark. This would just be a father firing a gun into his front yard.
Yeah, God. Would you sometimes hear people shooting guns off and stuff?
No, our neighborhood, I had family that thought that was a threat. I feel like I was more in danger of getting molested by someone. There was this guy who used to walk around. He was a bald black guy who was kind of a little, slow. Yeah. Slower because he was a 40-year-old that would hang around children. Yeah. Wow. We thought he was diddling kids.
Yeah. Well,
we used to call him Black Homer because he looked like Homer Simpson. He looked exactly like Homer Simpson.
Wow.
So we called him Black Homer. He was probably a pedophile. He didn't diddle me or anything. Yeah. He was a mailman, so he used to let us sketch the back of his mail truck on the way home.
That was that you establish a certain trust with that. I mean, if that's your plan.
What does that say that they let retarded people deliver mail? Huh?
I thought about that too. I feel very lucky that I was not sexually molested as a child. I'm revealing something. I know this is where the podcast.
And
gets
what's
dark,
conflicting?
Yeah.
He was a nice guy. So part of me wonders.
Yeah.
Was he nice and just had the affliction of pedophilia? Sketch Aponte is when you're on a skateboard and you grab the back of a vehicle and you take it.
Yep.
But was
in
he...
the winter, you do it in the snow. That's what I do in the snow. I grab onto the bumper and I loved it. God,
and you just slide on your ass.
Oh, it was fucking fun. Get on your stomach, man, and stuff. Absolutely.
It's like a giant sled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't know whether he was nice in that, just like, oh, I'm nice, but I'm also like, I want to fuck children. It sucks.
Yeah.
Or if he was nice because he wanted to fuck children.
Yep. That's the difference between kind of maybe evil, maybe, and like just a sickness or just you're off. Yeah. No. Exactly. I think you can differentiate, I mean, I think we would be able to differentiate between that type of criminal.
You would make fun of him because we would make fun of him all the time because he'd just be wandering. We wouldn't make fun of him, but we would like joke with him and he'd always go, come on, man. He would always say that to us. Come on, man.
Man. God, I had when I first moved to Chicago, when I lived in Wicker Park.
Tall son of a bitch.
Yeah.
6'6" at least.
Wow. And big, like thicker.
Oh, he could hammer you into the ground like a railroad spike.
Wow. What was his back? Why was he around?
I don't know. He's just a wandering dude. Big, tall guy. Couldn't really walk because his feet were so... Like, he was one of these lumbering fuckers.
He
lumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah. To fall... He wanted to fall onto, hopefully, someone childlike.
Wow.
But since he was slow, he would just wander around, say hi to people. But then, like, he would, like, chill. Like, he would sit at my grandparents and talk to them. Like, he was like...
Would he get a meal sometime? Like,
no, it was never like that. He would just talk to my grandpa about the Cubs and shit. Come on, man. That was basically his response to everything.
Now, how did his story end? What
I don't know.
When did he make it out?
I don't know.
Of your life?
We all just exited the fucking molestation age, and
isn't
he
that
fucking
crazy?
moved on.
Think about the people
we
you
just
met.
escaped his wrath.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly. Good for you.
But we did hear tell, like, my best friend's older brother kind of was just like, that guy fucking diddles kids, right? And we were just like, no. And he was just like, yeah, why do you think he's hanging around kids all the time?
Wow.
And once he like explained it like that, we were like, yeah.
God,
now that you mention it,
you wonder if that's also just rumors being started. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we aged out.
Yeah.
Aponte says.
Yeah, probably. God, that's crazy.
Too old for the position.
Wow. What a bizarre life that would be. To actually, that would not be it would not be a good life. To have that, like that being a part of your desires. You can't help what you like. That's
a Jermichael bit. Oh, look, they got Jaws. They're showing all of them, dude. God damn it. If this was a real True Blue operation, we'd be doing it until Jaws the Revenge.
Yeah, Jaws the Revenge is 3 is, I remember I saw Jaws 3. I mean, Jaws
they're taking a break.
Was so powerful to me that I saw Jaws 3 in the theater as a 14-year-old. 3D. With Bess Armstrong and Randy and Dennis Quaid.
I love that they all carry the Brody story over.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like Dennis Quaid plays a Brody, and then in the fourth one, it's the same Dennis Quaid, but a completely different guy. Not even a guy that looks like Dennis Quaid. It's a guy that looks like fucking Dreyfus, to be quite honest with you.
Wasn't it Michael Caine? No. I know. Yeah, I know who it is.
Let's
yeah.
see. We'll
He's that
find out
curly-haired
right now.
guy. Exactly. No, I know who you're talking about. I never saw him in anything else.
Lance Guest.
Yeah, I have no idea what his career is like.
Lorraine Gary. Let's look up right now. Let's see what Lance Guest
here
did.
we go. I walked out of that movie.
Hold on.
Yeah, I remember like him putting the shooting star up there was like, whoa, man, that worked for me. It added a certain
was
mystery.
Close Encounters before or after this?
Oh, it was after this.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind sucks dick.
Oh, and it was a huge movie. It was huge.
Not good.
It was huge movie because he did this and then that movie. So he had back-to-back monster hits, and then he did 1941, which was a total bomb, and it affected his development as a filmmaker. Like he was like, I'm never gonna let that happen again. I'm never gonna let that happen again. No.
I'm never gonna let it happen again.
And
no one will touch me that way.
And that's why he did Raiders of the Lost Ark, where every fucking scene was like storyboarded, every one of them before they shot the movie. It was all just completely figured out. This is what we're gonna fucking
It's always
do.
a good sign when they have pictures of them at a later age. When you Google the actor and it's not just pictures of him from 1984.
Yeah.
That's good.
So who is it again? Who are we looking up again?
Lance Guest
is
an American film and television actor best known for his starring role in 1984's The Last Starfighter.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was like a science fiction movie. I never saw it.
Tells the story of Alex Rogan, a teenager recruited by an alien defense force to fight in an interstellar war. That sounds like Scientology.
Well, yeah. It's also like...
So he was in Halloween 2. He was Jimmy in Halloween 2.
Wow, I saw Halloween 2 in the theater and was petrified.
I Ought to Be in Pictures, 1982. Just the Way You Are, after The Last Starfighter.
Okay.
Jaws the Revenge, The Wizard of Loneliness.
Oof.
Plan B. He go 88 to 97, so there's a big jump.
Yeah.
88 and 97, he sold insurance or something like that.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
he went to the theater.
Yeah.
No, there's a television. So he was doing TV.
Yeah, he had to have been doing TV probably.
So in 91, he did an episode of Knots Landing. He was in the Wonder Years for an episode. Life Goes On for 6.
Wow.
He had an arc.
Yeah.
They gave Lance Guest an arc.
Yeah, absolutely.
He probably fucking did something to Corky.
Yep.
Poor Cork.
That was a very woke thing to do at that era. That was like, whoa, they have a developmentally... Of course, I said retard.
He was in All American Girl, the Margaret Show television show.
Wow.
X-Files.
Oh, okay.
Party of 5 for 2 episodes.
Okay.
The Burning Zone. Man, he was all over TV.
Yeah.
He's still doing TV. 2014, he did a fucking TV... looks to be a Hallmark movie.
Well, we'll have that later in the second half.
Oh yeah, we'll do that while we talk about this quarterback list.
That's why you're right. There's not that much gore, but the gore that does happen, you have to admit it. When Shaw gets eaten by the shark, that's a dramatic moment. For me, that was a really dramatic moment as a kid.
Were you not expecting it?
Well, I mean, no, I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so I knew something was going to happen. I didn't know who it was going to be. And when it was him,
it'd be funny if your dad told you everything right before it happened.
This is where Quinn gets eaten. But yeah.
My dad would do shit like that. Not in like a mean way, but he thought he was like, I don't know. I think he just thought he was like informing you.
Or protecting you in a way.
Or no, just like, I don't know. I think he just wanted the credit for it happening in some way.
Yeah.
It's like I said. What the fuck did they have his face in the thing? Felt like he was dreaming of the ocean.
Well, it was,
because he's in the fucking thing. He's being a pussy and hiding away.
Exactly. And they showed the reflection. It was an artistic thing to. Also, the emotion of the character was.
And I'm just standing here. I improvised the wind in my hair. I stood there because I improvised it.
Yeah, this thing took. I think it took like, I don't know, 10 months or 9 months to shoot.
They're all having the look of just like, are we even filming a movie?
Yeah. Exactly. I guess they said like. Spielberg said like he was on the set, was very much professional, seemed to be very much in charge. When he went home at night, he was just like completely like nerve wracked.
Oh yeah, Bailey.
And just
this list of so it's a quarterback list of it's the list of the worst quarterback for every franchise, and it is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's clearly like, not to spoil it, but the vibe of it is the worst of the better quarterbacks. I feel like is the vibe of the list. Like the worst of the quarterbacks that had success. Because you read all of them and you're like, that guy was good.
Yeah, I know. Are you trying to like poke holes in the myths of certain
And you're going to get
players?
Annoyed because it's a lot of like, he only threw for 1,700 yards this year.
It's because the game is so different now. It's run in a totally different way. It's the rules are different. Plus the fact is the offense has so many more advantages now, and the athletes are much more trained. Let me get this pulled
up now. I'm going to get this and I'm going to set up for the break now.
Yeah.
We'll hang around for about 5 more minutes.
Sure, absolutely, that's cool. But yeah, but the stats don't always tell the truth, man. The football stats are, I think, difficult. There's certain stats that do make sense. Yards per attempt is very much a standard.
Aponte for the Bears, it's Mike Tomczak.
Yeah, I never got.
I don't agree with that at all. I loved Mike Tomczak when I was a kid.
Tomczak
backup
was decent.
For life.
Yeah, he was a decent enough quarterback. I mean, he was a bit of a pussy.
Basically for Tomczak. I'll spoil this one. They blame him for the Bears not having a dynasty. Like they basically say he couldn't pick up after McMahon, and he's the reason Ditka had to go to Flutie, because they were like, he did go 11-2 in his first 12 games or his first 13 games. He threw 20 interceptions and only 7 touchdowns. Like they were like, he was bad despite winning.
Yeah, well, because I mean, their defense was still so dominant. But it's like the fact is that's like I said, that's when Ditka lost the team. When they brought in Flutie, they were just like, we're going to face a midget. Come on, you're going to play against a midget. And he was just like, you should have gone with the guy who'd been with the program for 5 or 6 years. You should have gone with Tomczak, the guy who had been the backup for at least 3 or 4 years. And they didn't do that. They brought in Flutie, and that was a decision that I guess they lost the team. Ditka lost the team at that time. Ditka's ego went crazy in a hurry. Ditka went crazy in a hurry.
Now they just look like they're fishing for barrels.
Yeah, exactly.
Now what the fuck is a cleat?
So here, listen, guys, the shark, it's not been working very well. Yeah.
They should have fucking cut his legs off. In the book, I feel like it's probably more gory.
Yeah.
Watch it, stand clear.
They didn't tell me to wear Chuck Taylors. I did that improvised.
Yeah, Dreyfus's arc, I don't know. I'm not whatever. He's okay.
As a kid, he was my favorite guy.
Oh, really?
Because I connected with him because I was like, I'm not Scheider or the fucking gruff guy. I'm more of a Dreyfusy guy.
I connected with Scheider.
Roy
Scheider was
I connected to the guy who was right, but no one knew. Like, that's kind of been my drive even now.
Yeah.
Of like, I got it. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And like, I really enjoy it when there's someone like that who's telling someone like, no, man, this is how it is.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, you.
Yeah.
And then it finally happens, and he's like, I told you.
Yeah.
I told you, cocksuckers, that this was going to happen.
Sort of like the Washington football team's response to Kirk Cousins not getting a shot. They're saying, I told you so. That's what they say. That's the online. When you make the Washington football team look good, you're a bad franchise.
Yeah, Quinn is a joke. They say in the chat.
Jonathan Quinn medicine woman. That's what he was called by. I can't think of the writer for the Sun Times. They got Jonathan Quinn.
What year did Jaws come out?
1975. 1975.
I'm gonna go with 1975.
Yeah, Bobby Douglas was worse than Bobby Douglas is a bad quarterback. Although
Rick Meyer.
Yeah, Rick Meyer was bad. God, when you think of the worst Bears quarterback, who do you truly think of that you remember? You remember playing and being like, this guy sucks. Who do you actually remember?
Well, Rick Meyer, but he only played for like 5 games. So if we're talking about like a whole year of what the fuck.
Yeah. Or a stretch of time.
Probably
or whatever.
Craig Krenzel or some shit like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like when we had just that run where you're like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Did you actually like Jim Miller?
Oh, Jim Miller's my ace to this day, dude. Jim Miller does postgame for the Bears. He's a fucking god in Chicago.
Yeah, he's had a career, no doubt about that.
Jim Miller's my guy.
He also fits in well.
Me?
He's a bloated dude. He's a good Big Ten quarterback,
But then like we had Chris Chandler and shit.
Yeah, I remember. Oh man, remember Jason Campbell?
Oh yeah,
Jason
we had
Campbell.
Slash for a year,
and then I remember what's his face, Henry Burris played for.
Henry Burris played like 2 snaps,
and then he was like a god.
A god in Canada,
and in the CFL. Which I'm being dead serious. As far as a product to watch something, CFL football is kind of fun to watch. I actually genuinely like watching it. It's bigger. The players are smaller. There's only 3 downs. They throw it around even more. There's some fun plays. I mean, I kind of like as far as a watch goes. It's okay. I can watch it for 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah. All right, you ready to go to break?
As a matter of fact, Keith, I am. So we're priming the audience we're gonna go through some of the lists.
Oh, we're gonna go through the quarterback list. Yep. We're gonna do the Hallmark game, and we have This Week in TV History.
Excellent.
So we got a whole second half packed up here.
I like it.
I'm gonna go to the commercials here. We're halfway through our flight.
Exactly.
And then we will see you on the other motherfucking side.
And Margaret. With Bob Hope and George Burns. Tonight at 10, 9 Central Time.
They're commercials from 1975.
New York doesn't have one. Paris doesn't have one. London, Los Angeles, or even Rome doesn't have one. In fact, in all the world, there is only one art shop. And if you're a devotee of fine furniture, always searching for that one unique piece, or looking for the outstanding room setting, yet conscious of value, consider yourself fortunate that in a world where there's only one art shop, that art shop is here in Toronto. The Art Shop, one of the world's largest fine furniture stores. If it weren't here, you'd miss it. But it is here, so don't.
This is WGR Television, Channel 2 in Buffalo, New York.
NBC Wednesday Mystery Movie will not be seen tonight, but will return in 2 weeks at its regular time.
Now, a special program in living color on NBC.
I hope they like her.
Are you kidding? She's going to knock that congregation right out of their pews.
You got a way of putting things down.
Yeah, I need your finger. Press down hard, right there. Okay. I don't know how Mrs. Brady does it. And besides all that singing, she's been dressing Christmas cards, shopping.
Alice.
Guess the singing gives her something to think about while she's doing everything else. Then how's that going to look?
Alice.
Yes, Mr. Brady?
Alice, I hate to be a spoilsport, but I need that finger.
I'm sorry. Hey, I got to remember how I did that. One of these days, I'm going to meet an eligible bachelor, and I can... Well, hi, Mr. Brady.
Hi, honey. What's wrong?
I can't talk.
You can't talk. You lost your voice?
Oh, my.
Enjoy the Brady Bunch in A Voice of Christmas.
Sing without a voice.
Christmas night at 6:30. Presented by Cook's Pharmacy on CKCO TV.
Color TV. Too expensive to buy, too expensive to borrow for, and too expensive to service. So how do you beat the high cost of color? You rent from Granada. That way you've got no big cash outlay, and you never pay for service or parts. You're never stuck with an obsolete set either. You can have a new one every year if you want. Or if you decide to keep the same set, your rental rates reduce. Granada TV Rental makes it easy to beat the high cost of color. Give them a call. They're in the yellow pages.
No pizza lover is going to buy frozen pizza just because it's convenient. That's why Kellogg made their frozen pizza with thick, rich tomato sauce, fresh peppers and mushrooms, spicy pepperoni, and lots of mozzarella cheese. Then they put it in this handy heat and serve tray. Kellogg frozen pizza, deluxe or cheese and pepperoni. They made it convenient, but first, they made it good.
Chunk after chunk after chunk. Campbell's Chunky Soups. So chunky you'll be tempted to eat them with a fork. Dig into chunky beef and you'll come up with chunks of beef, carrots, and potatoes. It's a main dish in a bowl. Or dig into chunky turkey. It's more than a soup. It's chunky. So hearty you can build a meal around it. Campbell's Chunky Soup. So chunky you'll be tempted to eat them with a fork. But use a spoon. You'll want to get every drop.
Introducing that king of fun. The one who's okay with us kids. The Magic Burger King.
In person?
Yay!
I'm the marvelous, magical Burger King. I can do most anything. Now watch me, kids, when I twist my ring like magic.
We're at Burger King. Is more magic Burger King?
I'm the marvelous, magical Burger King. I can do most anything. I love magic and food that's fun. So I'll make a burger disappear, make it come back here. Turn apples into pies right before your eyes. Turn onions into rings.
As we can see.
Put a shiver in the shake. It's easy for me. I'm the marvelous, magical Burger King. I can do most anything. I love magic and food that's fun. So
Yes, fun for everyone. Burger King, yay! Introducing the Magic Burger King.
seeing is believing.
Yay!
I'm the marvelous, magical Burger King. I can do most anything. Now watch me, kids, when I twist my ring like magic.
We're at Burger King. He's the marvelous, magical Burger King. He can do most anything.
I love magic and food that's fun.
We got fun for everyone. Burger King, yay!
When did you start baking from scratch?
It's not scratch, Mom. It's new Pillsbury Plus.
A yellow cake this firm could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus.
A cake this moist could only be from scratch. A cake this rich could only be from scratch.
It's Pillsbury Plus. The plus is pudding. Pudding right in the mix to add that moistness.
Rich flavor. New Pillsbury Plus, huh? Looks like scratch has met its match.
Baking holiday cookies has always been a family tradition at our house.
It's easy with Pillsbury sugar cookies.
I just slice, shape, and bake.
And the cookies come out hot and fresh.
And Jim and the kids do the decorating.
How about a green Santa Claus?
Oh, Daddy. Home-baked holiday cookies from Pillsbury.
With decorating ideas on every specially marked package.
Here's one from Mom and Daddy, one Grandma came to bring, one from Uncle Charlie, and one from Burger King.
It's Burger King Christmas gift certificates. This Christmas, your kids can have this colorful, cuddly Burger King doll free when you buy a book of 10 gift certificates for $5.
Add an extra touch to Christmas with a gift from Burger King.
The Dole banana.
Come on, God,
Dole banana.
A banana? A banana.
The Dole banana. As a snack, it's a natural.
I love it.
Hello, Keebler.
Why, that's an elf suit.
Right. I always wanted to be an elf, wear the outfit, live in a tree, bake rich and chips cookies. Listen, how do you make rich and chips so doubly delicious?
We use two kinds of chips, chocolate chips and secret second flavor chips. They make Keebler Rich and Chips doubly delicious.
Two kinds of chips.
Elves. You're too tiny, elf.
I'll wear low heels. Nobody will know.
Keebler Rich and Chips. Two kinds of chips.
Doubly delicious.
I'm Jim Hutton. 200 years ago today, rebel militia squads left Manhattan, heading for a marshy cove on Jamaica Bay. Their orders? Arrest Frank James and his friends. They resist, kill them. James and his people were New York harbormen whose job it was to safely pilot ships in and out of port. But someone brought word to the rebel command that the pilots were steering American ships straight for waiting British men of war. Now the rebels knew why. Harbor pilots were being paid by the British to bring unsuspecting ships under Royal Navy guns. When the raiders got to the Harborman's Cove, it was empty. The pilots had been warned. They'd slipped away, sailing their own boats to safety with the British fleet offshore. I'm Jim Hutton, and that's the way it was.
These historic minutes are sponsored each night by Shell.
This is CBS.
More people around the world start with the fresh ground aroma of Nescafe than any other instant coffee.
Make tomorrow a Nescafe morning. Special time of day. Make tomorrow a Nescafe morning. Fresh from the first cup to the last cup of your day. Hey, hey.
Some tissues like to call themselves softer, while others call themselves stronger. The truth is, you can't have more of one without losing some of the other. If we were to make Kleenex tissues any softer, we'd lose too much strength. While if we were to make Kleenex tissues any stronger, we'd lose some of our famous softness. So Kleenex tissues give you softness and strength in perfect balance. We'll never take away one to give you more of the other.
WBEN Zeus at the point at which it was interrupted.
It takes a lot of skilled men and women, officers and airmen, all working together to keep the Air Force flying. To find out how you can be part of the Air Force team, call 800-447-4700 toll-free for the location of the Air Force recruiter nearest you. Channel 7, Buffalo.
I'm Ara Parsegian, and we call the show Era Sports World. It's all about youth and their activities, the fun, excitement, competition, action. Stick around. You'll like it.
Era Sports World is brought to you by Kellogg's, because your best days start with breakfast.
Leo, get away from that cage. If you kill Sita, soon the kittens will die.
A mountain lion becomes the hunted instead of the hunter in the exciting conclusion of Run, Cougar, Run on the Wonderful World of Disney, Sunday at 7:30, 6:30 Central Time on NBC.
When someone you love has a cold, you can give her a cold pill. It's easy. Or a warm medicine for colds.
Don't forget Billy needs a light.
Neocitrin.
I hate to leave you with all those dishes.
You just get your rest. Decongestant, antihistamine, fever reducer, and minor pain reliever to relieve your cold symptoms. In a hot lemon-flavored drink that warms you up.
Hey, I like all this attention.
Gotta get you on your feet, sport. Neocitrin, warm medicine for colds.
Hey, kids, what do you get when you take a bowl and a can of alphagetti?
You get 100 billion words in every can of alphagetti. Like jars and kittens, where's your mittens? Time for school, don't be a nil. Where's my mommy? I got an empty tummy. You get 100 billion words in every can of alphagetti.
It's fun to eat.
WGR TV2 in Buffalo. NBC Wednesday Mystery Movie will not be presented this evening, but will return next week at its regular time.
Now, a special program in living color on NBC.
I like the old school part.
Here we are at the putt-putt.
We're coming back here, guys.
The old school what? Big race today at the putt-putt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it had so many feathers, the old peacock.
And I mean, they knew it too.
Like going again. One of these guys is going to win.
Yeah. I mean, they knew they had something with that symbol. You know, that was their brand.
Gonna ease it back. We're fading in, guys. Did you enjoy the commercials?
I remember Putt-Putt Speedway.
I remember you led the way for the best fucking Matchbox track. Just the 90s was just the key.
Yeah.
For those tracks. I had hundreds of feet. We used to set them up all over my room. You can get the cars firing. They would do loop-de-loops.
Yeah, I
gotta admit, shooting up your wall.
Yeah, you guys had good toys. No doubt about it. You had good toys.
Consumerism. The peak of consumerism.
They figured it out. They figured it out, man. They knew how to. And good for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Seriously, made your childhood more enjoyable.
Became Grand Theft Auto.
You know.
Do you remember remote control cars?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I never got a good RC car. Those were expensive. That's the type of poor we were. Yeah. No RC cars. Nothing really with a high-powered battery.
Yeah.
I never had a fucking, those little cars that they drive.
Yes.
They're not called Hot Wheels. I think they might have been a bigger Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
But I had a big wheel.
I had a big wheel. I remember getting a big wheel, and I was ecstatic about getting a big wheel. I mean, ecstatic. As a 5-year-old, ecstatic. It was a great moment in life.
Let's make it official here.
Getting a big wheel.
It's officially the second half.
Exactly. One thing I was thinking about, because this scene's so
continuing with Jaws, but then we're going to crack into this quarterback list here
Absolutely.
too. But we're gonna.
This to me almost is more satisfying than the end of the movie. I think this scene is so well executed.
Yeah, Aponte knows nothing wireless. Says Aponte.
Yeah.
They had RC cars for poor people, but you had to chase it around because it was wired.
Yeah. Oh God.
Or you just had to drive it around in a circle like a fucking invalid.
I know. Yeah. That's absolutely.
I had a fire truck, a sick ass fire truck.
Yeah.
That fucking had a big ass remote control on it, like a back scratcher.
Yeah.
And the ladder was controllable. You can go up, down, sideways, put the ladder down.
Wow.
And then it drove, but it went like a snail's pace. No way this thing was getting to a fire in time.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to Tim Allen it so bad. Fucking
what do you mean?
Home Improvement shit and give it more power. He was all about giving things more power.
Exactly. Who doesn't like that,
See, that's the kind of drunk my dad would get on beer. On beer drunk, he would figure out how to hotwire my fucking my fire truck
to make it go a little
faster. Schnapps drunk, He would
fumbling around. Was he all thumbs?
Schnapps drunk, he would start, but then it would lead into my mom, and it would just be a little bit more R-rated.
Yeah, exactly.
One time I got these big giant football dolls of Jerry Rice. I had Jerry Rice and Drew Bledsoe. This is how bad the Bears were.
Yeah.
Like anybody that was good, I was like, this is my guy.
Yeah.
So Drew Bledsoe and Jerry Rice. Always loved Jerry Rice. To this day, my favorite receiver. And I got big, like almost old school G.I. Joe size football with like helmets and pads and like real jerseys, like little mini football pads. And he made me a big ass wooden case for these 2 dolls.
Yeah.
Like a great, like it was almost like to where when he brought it to my mom's house, they were like, this is crazy, like for these 2 dolls. And I had it for a while.
Yeah, because it was a piece of
I had
furniture.
to fill it with other shit.
Yeah.
Because I only had these 2 dolls. The cabinet was a little too nice for these football dolls.
Yeah, exactly. You had a Drew Bledsoe, Jerry Rice. I'm curious. God, that's your era. Jesus, I was so old by that time. I had so much football under my
You were
belt.
doing stand-up, dude. That was
Absolutely.
97.
Yeah,
you were a year into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was when you think of a Bear player. We're getting ready for the list here. Who's the first Bear player that you truly remember like being like that is my favorite player? Of
Curtis
all time?
Conway.
Yeah, Curtis Conway had some good moments.
I loved Curtis Conway.
Yeah, he was a decent receiver.
Because of Jerry Rice, I was all about the wide receiver.
Yeah.
I didn't get into quarterbacks really until people started making fun of me that the Bears didn't have one.
Yeah.
As a kid, I never gave a shit about the quarterback.
Yeah, you want to see who's catching a ball. I
mean, we had Eric, but I think it's just because when I was immediately aware of football, Eric Kramer was the quarterback.
Yeah.
And he was really good. So I was just like, well...
Yeah,
we got a decent quarterback. So like, as long as you got him throwing to Curtis Conway.
Yeah.
I remember Curtis Conway broke his collarbone one year early in the season, and I like almost cried.
Yeah,
like I was like, that's our year.
Yeah,
like that's fucking Marty Booker is gonna fucking catch for 1,000 yards.
That's being a sports fan, my friend. That's what happens when you cheer for a team that's mired in mediocrity, and that's what happens when you fuck with a shark for too long. You know,
yeah. Did he get it?
I've been taken
Shaw
down.
Just got it.
Yeah, he
gives
absolutely.
the shark one little kick.
Dude, they usually cut it at this point. Exactly.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of this.
Well, do you want to crack into the first part of this list here?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go into it. Absolutely.
Do you want to watch Hallmark while we do it, or do you want to keep Jaws on?
Let's pop on Hallmark, and then we'll guess Hallmark as we're going through the list. So Hallmark, I'm sure, is...
The 27-hour day.
Okay, so someone's schedule is very busy, obviously. That's got to be one of the motifs.
Workaholic. Oh, look at how exhausted she is.
I know. I just can't sit down with a good book. Or is it just exhausted being a mom?
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
No, not at all.
Since you mentioned you do a podcast, I thought maybe this...
Ooh, very modern. Look at those jank-ass headphones.
Thoughts you have on that, if you'd like.
That's so nice of you, but...
You might need to go to a flea market and get some analog tape for that.
Oh, my
God.
Thanks.
Throw that through someone's window.
I hate to say
that's
it.
the kind of tape recorder you throw that for someone's window for being the only black family on the town.
Here's another reason why I don't like this. There's a certain cuteness to the women that I have to admit. That you kind of find appealing.
Those are girls you can put in that big case my dad built.
It's just like, God, it's just so...
It's so taking a vacation.
The saccharineness of the sweetness of it is so gross.
This thing just started, I think. 20 minutes in.
It's a 27-hour day. Oh.
So I'm going to guess right away before we get into this. She wants to take a vacation, and she's going to have to do like the busiest day of her life when she declares that she finally wants time off.
Yeah, like it's a real dilemma.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
So the Arizona Cardinals' worst quarterback in franchise history is Lamar McCann.
I got to admit it, I had no idea who that was.
A lot of these are weird fucking
old
50s
school.
and 60s.
I feel like what they're trying to do is almost like puncture the fan base that might actually defend this player.
I'll go with
I'm a young Gen Y sports fan, and I'm going to pick apart your perceptions of what was good and bad.
No, I like what I like, and I can defend my positions.
What I like about this, though, is they do this thing. They do a bottom line after everything. I'll read the bottom lines.
Yeah.
The Cardinals have no shortage of candidates from which to pick in this, but McCann stands out as the worst of the lot. The worst of the lot. Consider the then Chicago Cardinals chose him with the second pick of the 54 draft.
Yeah.
Then McCann failed to throw more touchdowns and interceptions and complete more than 50% of his passes in any of his 5 seasons with the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Atlanta Falcons, it's some fucking stooge named Randy Johnson. Not the big unit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medium to small unit, apparently.
Who was that again? The Atlanta Falcons? Yeah, I have no idea who that was. Steve Bartkowski is the first quarterback I remember playing for the Falcons, who was actually pretty good. He had a couple of very good years. Bartkowski's agent was the guy who Jerry Maguire is based on.
Randy Johnson played from
famous
66
agent.
to 70. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, 66 to 76.
Yeah.
Here's the bottom line on old Rando. He played when the Falcons had red helmets. How about that, though? That's a fun era.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the Blitz Grits, the Grits Blitz.
Is that what it is?
They call it the Grits Blitz.
Johnson was the first quarterback in Falcons history, but endured a dreadful injury-plagued tenure running for his life. The Falcons' first-round pick played 5 seasons there, winning no more than 3 games in any of those campaigns. He made just 10 starts in his final 5 seasons after Atlanta cut him in 71.
Yeah, he had a tough go of it. They were a bad team.
Yeah. You remember the original Atlanta Falcons?
No, Keith,
I don't even remember what year they came into the league.
They came in 1966.
Oh.
I was born in 1969.
This picture of him doesn't look like 66. Yeah, it looks like early 70s.
Yeah. Well, I think he played till 71, they were saying. So 1977 is the year I attained sports consciousness and awareness. So
Kyle Bowler for the Ravens.
Oh yeah, well he was a bust, but he also played for a while. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
that one I could see.
I guess the worst quarterback is the guy who played 2 snaps because he sucks so bad he couldn't play the
They
position.
said we thought about putting Trent Dilfer in this space, but Dilfer's numbers actually weren't as bad as Bowler's, who the Ravens traded up to select.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, Dilfer was competent.
Buffalo Bills Dennis Shaw.
Yeah, he stunk.
9-year career, 70 to 78.
Yeah, I remember him.
So you saw him for the Chiefs.
Yeah, because the Chiefs were terrible.
78.
Terrible football team in the late 70s.
Everyone wore the fucking Larry Staubach face mask.
Larry Staubach?
You're fucking...
Larry Zonka. Jesus Christ. Roger Staubach?
Roger. They both had the same face mask.
The single?
The two. It was the 2 singles connected by the 2 little toothpicks.
Absolutely.
It's like they thought quarterbacks needed their entire face out.
To see,
To see.
Yeah, you're blasted in the eye.
And Larry Zonka had the 2 little thin straight ones.
And he was like a power back.
Yeah.
He was 238 pounds as a running back. That was a big guy back then running.
Oh, he was on cocaine too?
Well, I don't think Zonka was
Didn't he sell it or something like that?
No, that was Mercury Morris. It was Mercury Morris, Jim Kick, who's now deceased, and Larry Zonka with the triad for those great Dolphin teams that I don't remember them. I was too young to remember them, but the Dolphins had a legacy by the late 70s. They were like one of the good teams of the AFC because Shula went to a couple of Super Bowls, man, in 82 and 84 with the Dolphins, but they got handled in both those Super Bowls, man. They were ahead early on the Redskin one, but then the Redskins just ground them into the turf. That's when the NFC started to become like really big and strong.
Wasn't that when they had that hip hip hooray fucker on the coach? Who was the coach of the Redskins who was like a big Boy Scout? They almost beat the Dolphins in the undefeated year.
Well, that's
George Allen or
George
something
Allen.
like that. Hip hip hooray!
Yeah,
he was like an old school.
We like a Georgian in the Bone Depot. He'd sing like men going out to sea in 1923. And the men and they went and
lumberjack songs and shit.
Yeah. Allen was. He was a cheerleader. His kid is an right-wing senator from Virginia.
Oh, yeah?
Totally conservative, like really conservative senator.
So it says Shaw had his best season with the Bills in his rookie campaign, throwing for 2,500 yards, 10 touchdowns, or a 10 to 20 touchdown interception ratio that somehow netted him the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 70. But Shaw led the NFL in interceptions, 26 in 71, and never topped 2,000 yards passing in a single season again.
Also, the fact is, they were just like, our best athlete is O.J. Simpson. We're going to hand it off to him. We're not going to... The passing game has matured a lot. It's matured a lot. That being said, the rules back then, again, the main rule being the receiver, you could chuck the receiver for 10 yards in their route. They could chuck them. I mean, they would beat receivers up. The timing passer. I mean, the timing now is so much better because they don't get beat up on their route running. Back then, they would mug wide receivers.
They say, rest in peace, Rashaan Salam.
I know, isn't that great? Wow. He's the first guy you remember being like one of your favorite Bears was Rashaan Salam. God, what an age difference. Jesus.
Curtis Conway was awesome. I'm just going over the chat to see what everybody's getting in. Oh, yeah, Johnny Knox. Remember him? He got paralyzed on the Bears.
I don't
the receiver, he got hit and his fucking spine bowed back. He got hit back. Oh, man. Yeah. Fuck. And then Ray Caruth.
Oh yeah, Ray Caruth. Was he a murderer?
Oh yeah,
he murdered,
he paid someone to do it, but he's definitely in jail for murder. Carolina Panthers worst quarterback of all time is Chris Winkie, according to StadiumTalk.com.
He was bad. He was bad.
Well, he was 37 years old when he got that blew my mind. It shouldn't have been illegal. He was in the national championship game against Michael Vick, literally a 27-year-old man playing against children. That's why they were so good.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Fucking that fuck.
No,
it wasn't Spurrier. Who was the fucking coach of Florida State?
Oh, but Bobby
Bowden.
Bowden. Yeah,
he must have been so racist, dude.
He's on his deathbed. He's got inoperable
cancer. All these black people around. You goddamn right. He's on his deathbed.
Well, I guess the
guy wouldn't drive through life in a tank.
I guess he was a very good salesperson with like black families. He knew how to he'd go in and like grab babies and give me, this is some of the best peach cobbler I've ever had. Like he would get Southern. He had Southern charm. And I guess a lot of the African American athletes who played for Florida State, they adored Bobby Bowden. I wonder.
You want to get a little more dialogue here?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna do a little more. We're gonna do a little. Guess the Hallmark.
Do you ever run out of ideas? Not yet. Whoa, Lauren! You are one prolific berry picker. Is this too many? Oh, no. Pick as many as you want. Although there aren't any awards at the end.
Is that a true dilemma? Like in your thought process?
I'm getting the vibe that they're already on their little retreat and she's all business. Like she can't not just do well.
You think uptight women like this? Come on. This is like she's a completely uptight woman and it's annoying.
I decided what I'm going to do, actually.
I don't like it.
Whether to go out on the lake. That is, if that's something you want to do.
What are these little side statements?
She can't figure out how to relax, Crow.
I know. Yep. Yeah.
All right.
She's being iced out for some reason.
So do you have an idea? Do you want to guess a plot yet?
I'm going to be honest with you. I thought I had a knack for this, but I think Hallmark, I think their plots are more sophisticated
than you can come up with.
Than I give them credit for, So I don't know.
We'll get a little more because we'll nail it towards the end of the list here.
I think this kitchen motif is information.
I mean, this is like IKEA. They film these in IKEA.
Exactly.
This is all product placement too. You can probably find every one of these items on Google.
God, what a bizarre genre of movie to me.
I mean, they might as well have price tags on them.
And I know it's an easy target, it being so wholesome.
Look at this. This is the end of Friday the 13th right here.
Trying to find time to explore the great outdoors and do some pleasure reading? Well, I have a hack for you. Lock away your watch, find a canoe, and...
Oh, so that's what it is. She's trying to have a vacation and make a podcast about it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I think the 27-hour day is like she's so fucking gung-ho about work that she's fucking working on her vacation.
Oh, okay.
And her work is about the vacation, so she can't even relax about it.
So is that a meta thing maybe?
Very modern. It's very modern.
Yeah.
It would be like if we were on vacation and I was just watching TV the whole time because I was like, we have an episode next week and I have to watch TV.
It's like, no, you do that to change the eye level. Get away from your life. That's how you try to relax. People don't know how to relax. This culture is just, there's weird pressures that are just, that I don't know. It's not chill. We don't live in a chill culture, and that's not cool. And that's all a result of this economic system that just,
We'll go through Mike Tomczak, getting back to the list here.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike Tomczak was the worst quarterback in Bears history. I don't agree with that.
I think there's a lot of other candidates.
Oh, my God.
Bob Avellini is in there. Bob Avellini was terrible.
All the ones we named. Fucking Moses Moreno. Yeah. Fucking Chris Chandler.
Look at Bob Avellini's stats and compare him to Tomczak. I'm not lying. And Avellini played on the team for 8 or 9 years. It wasn't like he played 4. He actually had an extensive. He was the starter for when I was a kid. He was the starting quarterback,
like a baby Joe Namath. He played until 86.
Absolutely, he was on the 80. I think he was on the
Cowboys.
85 Bears.
No, he was on the Jets and he didn't play in 85. Oh. He was a practice squad. He played from 75 to 84 on the Bears. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So McMahon supplanted him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they knew he was better. Yeah, Avellini was not a good quarterback. His numbers, I think he's got 33 career touchdown
he's bad when Wikipedia doesn't even put him in.
33 touchdown passes, 69 interceptions. He had terrible stats. When the league's passing was getting a little more sophisticated, that's when Dan Fouts, like that was Joe Gibbs.
4.2 yards per attempt.
Oh my God, that's bad. That's horrible.
So they don't give. Here's Tom Zach's stats. 42-31 record, 53% completion percentage, 16,000 yards, 88 touchdowns, 106 interceptions. Stats with the Bears. 21-10 record, 6,000 yards passing, 33 touchdowns, 47 interceptions.
That was Avellini to
that's Avellini to Tom Zach.
Yeah, Tom Zach. Avellini's worse. But Tom Zach was also surrounded probably with better talent, although Avellini had a dominant athlete in Walter Payton. So he should have been able to develop a bit of a play action passing game. He was not a good quarterback. He just was not. That's the first Bears quarterback I remember was Bob Avellini.
Cincinnati Bengals, Achilles Smith.
Oh yeah, he was high draft choice and a real bust.
You can't think of anyone though. You remember early Bungles though.
Kenny Anderson was a very good quarterback for many years. It's the first, and then they had Boomer Esiason, who was and they also had Turk Schoner.
This is linked. See, here's why I think some Bears quarterbacks didn't get on here.
Yeah,
because Mike Phipps is there for the Browns.
Here's another. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I will say Mike Phipps was terrible. But what we were saying before, we were talking about who we were talking about before. I'm sorry, who was the other quarterback?
Tom Zach?
No, not Tom Zach, but who was the bag?
Fucking Achilles Smith.
Oh no, yeah, for the Bengals. Dave Klinger was actually worse, I think, than Achilles Smith. Dave Klinger was terrible. They also had God, who else did they have that was a bad? They had some bad teams in the 90s. Bengals were a bad football team in the 1990s.
Board game's not your thing either.
Like one of the worst in football.
Okay, here we go. Here's the relationship.
You'd rather.
This guy's in every movie. He's like the Hallmark king.
Just a ruse. I'm about to use these needles to break into the tech safe. Check my email, read a few articles I bookmarked.
Is she being ham-handedly sarcastic?
Well,
no, but they wanted Beth Stelling for this role.
That was a deep cut.
She's famous though. People know that.
Oh yeah.
That probably got us some likes.
You know, who knows? You know,
don't knock it till you try it.
Ooh.
Take your pick.
So you're gonna go in one, and I'm gonna swing my dick into your vagina. They do crazy hammock sex on Hallmark.
Again, you go actually. Maybe I'm just.
That's too far apart. You couldn't do anything crazy, fuck swingy with that. Hammocks are dangerous, dude. Getting in and out of them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never been that comfortable.
Once you figure it out, though, you want to keep getting in and out of them. They're kind of
I never quite got the appeal of it, and I was exposed to enough hammocks in my life. that I should have appreciated them more, but I never really liked them.
I was exposed to enough hammocks in my life.
Like, I had enough experience with hammocks.
You grew up on a coast. There's hammocks on the east.
Yeah, and I remember I just didn't like that. I didn't feel good.
We got hammocks out here in Virginia.
Secure in them. It didn't work.
You want to sit in a hammock, yeah, boy? No one talked like that in Virginia, right?
No.
It was some weird.
What is this?
Here's how my uncle.
Slave
no, check this out.
No,
my
you're gonna come after me, massacre. I mean,
my uncle Bob was from Virginia.
Yeah.
And let me try and do an impression of my Uncle Bob.
Yeah. My Uncle Bob.
No. Did I say it like that?
Yeah, it kind of sounded. That's cool. That's cool, you know.
He had, I'm going to do something he said when he caught my cousin smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Because he was like, had this weird Virginia, Delaware. He was like, a joint is more important than, like, he had this weird Southern, like, he would say words Southerny, but he had that Philadelphia, Baltimore shit.
Yeah,
with it too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of a working class. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. No, there's a.
We're gonna go get in there.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what the fuck are you talking? He worked at the Dover Downs racetrack in Delaware, and he let me and my stepdad run across the track during a race while they were on the other end. To go into like the infield. It was badass.
Hilarious. Were you like, we got to get across?
No, my stepdad, we had us at the gate because he was like the guy who opened the gate for the big gate for the cars to get onto the track.
Yeah.
And he just kind of slid it open, and my stepdad just goes, go, 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 go. And we ran down this big embankment. I don't know how we weren't on TV.
That's amazing.
But we got to go in the infield. So check this out. I was afraid of loud noises as a kid.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about going to the infield is you get to see him working on the cars and shit.
Yeah.
So I had these big ass headphones on, and the big thing that these kids like to do at these races is get a picture with the cars.
Yeah.
So you touch the car and you get a picture touching the race car.
Yeah.
But they were on and loud, so all my pictures are me finger touching the car and going
wincing, wincing in anticipation of a loud noise.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. Yes, that's a reveal.
Hammocks are poor people tents. Rob Aponte is right.
I just, it's deemed, it's pawned off as comfortable, and it's just not to me. I'm not a believer in the hammock. It doesn't work for me.
It is very like it gives you a mark on your back. It's not like a soft surface.
I'm bending. I don't even like. I mean, with bed technology being so good now, it's just like, I don't know. A comfortable bed, now that's comfort.
I wonder if I should try and find footage of me and my stepdad running across the fucking track.
Couldn't take a 5-hour nap or a 3-hour nap in a hammock. You want to do that?
No, yeah.
You just do it in bed. Just go in bed and take a nap.
It'll fall down. Fucking it always snaps on you.
I'm a believer in the nap.
Dude, my hammock, my biggest hammock memory. Check this shit out.
Yeah.
For the weekend, the Women's World Cup team won their first World Cup, and not their first one, but in '99, the first real Women's World Cup. It wasn't called like the M&M's Cup and shit.
Yeah.
That weekend, my dad built a deck for this dude named Les. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And we stayed at his house all weekend. And I watched fucking Jungle to Jungle in the middle of the night one time with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
But then the next day, the Cubs were fucking good that year. They were in the beginning of the year. They were good.
Yeah.
And fucking old Les was like, this is feeling a lot like 69. And the Cubs had just traded for Matt Karchner.
Oh, yeah.
They traded a pitcher by the name of John Garland.
Yeah.
For Matt Karchner.
Yeah.
John Garland went on to be a great pitcher for the White Sox.
I always thought he was a bit inconsistent, but he was good in that 05 season when they won the World Series.
I remember being on a high because the Women's World Cup, they won. So I was excited. And then the Cubs got fucking murked by the White Sox that night. It was the Crosstown series.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in his hammock in his yard, just like stewing about the fucking Cubs.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember
Matt Karchner got lit up.
I was got such a Chicago Karchner. Look at that name. It's so you cannot help it. Karchner for Garland, but Karchner. Oh, it's such a fucking Chicago name. But it just that 98 team. That's all part of being a fan, man. Listening to a game on the radio as a kid, I remember genuinely getting pissed off during games listening on the radio, which that to me is like homage to like the 1920s. You know what I mean? It's sort of like there's a certain appreciation, there's a simplicity, and I love.
Were you a cuss? Did you cuss when you would listen to the games, or darn it? Oh,
I started cussing a lot in my teenage.
You ever let a phooey loose?
No. I wasn't that square. I was thinking about this, and I mentioned on the show before the last time I cried over a Viking game was 1980 when they were playing the Browns, and it was a Hail Mary pass to Ahmad Rashad.
Who was the quarterback of the Browns? Not Phipps.
No, it's Brian Sipe. Who was the
Sipe was the shit.
The 1980 Browns were actually the best team in football. Raiders won the Super Bowl that year. They beat the
it should have been the Browns.
But the Browns, because the weather, the Browns missed 2 field goals and 2 extra points. So when they say, they threw an interception, why didn't they go for a field goal? It's because their kicker had missed 4 kicks during the game. So they were like, we got to go with our best
So if you
player.
got to pick the winner at the end of the season based on like the performance throughout the year, it would be like the Browns were the best team.
I think the Browns were certainly, Ozzie Newsome was their tight end, who was a very good player.
If there was justice,
but
the Browns would have won that year.
Well, I mean, they would have. The Eagles were the best team in the NFC that year. Absolutely, that was Vermeil kind of breaking through with Jaworski. Jaworski was very good. They had some solid players on that Eagles team, but they weren't good enough. Raiders were a savvy, veteran, grizzled team.
Yeah,
they knew how to win a big game.
In the chat, they're saying, "How did I, like a half Mexican from the South suburbs? How am I not a Sox fan?" There's only one Sox fan in our family. It's my Uncle Ed and my grandma, and she's dead.
Wow.
Everyone else is a Cub fan.
That's crazy.
My grandpa grew up a block from White Sox Park, and he's a Cubs fan.
Wow.
He said he was so close you could read your newspaper in his backyard from the lights.
Oh, from the lights?
Which I don't think is true because they got lights way later.
Yeah.
I think he just was saying like comparatively. you'd probably be able to.
Yeah.
But I think his dad was a Nazi.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He was upset with my grandpa for fighting Germany in World War II, for like going off to fight with the Americans.
There were certain towns in Wisconsin, they didn't draft anyone. And towns of like 50,000 people. Like they didn't draft anyone. In the First World War in particular, because Sheboygan, like they didn't draft anyone.
That's also, well, that's a German sounding.
I mean, it's that real like, they border on the fascist German in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
They border on the fascist German. They're pretty conservative.
Speaking of fascists, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Their worst quarterback, Eddie LeBaron.
You know, I was a bit surprised when I saw that, but I looked at the stats. They were terrible. But Eddie LeBaron was a pretty good quarterback in the 50s for the 49ers. He was just old and small, I think. He just had gotten old, you know?
5,000 yards with 45 touchdowns, 53 interceptions.
Isn't that bad of a
I think
ratio?
he just gets it because the Cowboys have always been winning titles, and he just didn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, they stunk the first 6 years of their existence, or first 5 years.
They made the Texans leave Texas because they were like they wanted to make their own thing. They paid the Chiefs to become the Chiefs.
I know. I don't know what the full story is in that. I think that they moved. Yeah, the Dallas Texans moved.
It was
to
like a deal.
Kansas City. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that. But it's interesting. Tom Landry in the modern game would have been fired because they were terrible for like 5 or 6 straight years. You know?
Yeah.
And people knew it, but then they kind of figured it out, you know, and his system started to work.
Dallas has had a slew of spectacular quarterbacks like Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach, Danny White, and others. Was Danny White spectacular?
Oh, no, he wasn't. Danny White was hated by he followed Roger Staubach. He was not like. He was
even when he succeeded, they were like, "Fuck this guy."
Well, they went to 3 straight NFC Championship games with Danny White as the quarterback and couldn't break through the Super Bowl. So because of Staubach retired after the 79 season. 80, 81, 82, the Cowboys made the NFC Championship game and couldn't win it.
That was the Immaculate Reception, right?
Well, with the Dwight
that was
Clark,
against the Cowboys.
Yeah, Dwight Clark. But in 80, they lost on the road to the Eagles when the Eagles lost to the Raiders in the Super Bowl. And then in 82, it was the Hogs. It was the Eagles who beat them, you know, or not the Eagles,
Washington football team.
The Washington football team. Sorry.
I don't know. Fuck, you can say Redskins.
So Danny White was always like not very well. He wasn't. He followed a legend, and he was very successful. But they didn't like that. You got to win Super Bowls. You know, that was their thing.
So, she's playing with animals. This is such a production of just like, what do we have here? Let's have him playing with a little pig.
This is going to loosen her up.
At least she's getting it.
She's going to loosen up.
I think she is.
Now her barren womb.
He picks up the pig and just slits its throat in front of her.
Her barren womb will now be able to bear fruit because she's relaxed now.
Now we're going to eat this pig because after you play with it, it gets the flavors flowing through its carcass. The Denver Broncos. Steve Ramsey is the worst quarterback in Denver Broncos history.
I don't remember him.
70-76. That was just outside your fucking periphery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I remember Craig Morton. Craig Morton
was
the
bottom line? Frank Tripucka actually had much worse numbers, but he had a number retired and was beloved during the team's AFL days
because he was the athletic hero. When they went to the Super Bowl in '77, that was the first time the Broncos had gone to the playoffs, including AF. They were the butt of the AFL. They were a terrible AFL team. They never could break through. From 60 to 77, 60 to 76, they didn't go to any playoff games. 77, they broke through with the Orange Crush.
The Ramsey era paid off for Denver because the Broncos ultimately traded him to the New York Giants for Craig Morton, who led Denver to the Super Bowl in 1977.
Absolutely.
Joey Harrington, Detroit Lions.
I think
that's a good pick.
They've had a lot of bad ones. They have. And I mean, Gary Comlow was a terrible quarterback. Gary Danielson was a bad. Greg Landry was a bad quarterback. They had a litany of shitty quarterbacks. There's a lot to choose from. Harrington's up there, though, without a doubt.
Because he was like the number 3 overall pick.
Yeah, he was a real bust.
Green Bay Packers, Randy Wright.
He was Randy Wrong.
84 to 80.
As all my friends used to call him, Randy Wrong. was so bad. Called him Randy Ryan because he was so terrible.
Did he play for Wisconsin?
Oh, absolutely. If he would have played,
that would have been it was set up to be such a good story.
That was also how dumb the Packers were. We'll just draft a local guy. I mean, they were such a poorly run team. Do you understand how clown bad the Green Bay Packers were when I was a kid into my early 20s? Again, the first 25 years of my life, they were an embarrassment to the NFL. They stunk. They were terrible.
Look at that weak-ass meal they're eating.
I know.
So you really needed that.
Okay, we got to figure the plot out now. I'll be curious to see because she's cutish, but she's way too
taking
uptight.
a break for her wellness empire, an entrepreneur, her wellness empire.
God, that's a fantasy that you have.
An entrepreneur develops a budding romance with a handsome man at a relaxing retreat.
It's nothing is
not the type of person who hones
nothing is relaxing about what they're experiencing. Like I didn't get that vibe
that's
at
the
all.
point. That's
I
why
didn't get the vibe of that tension is supposed to be like something that's bringing them together in a way. It's like
just sit
flirtatious.
there. You just sit there and eat your meal of only side dishes.
God.
So Randy Wright failed, and
he was terrible. And he was there for
was he good at Wisconsin?
He was decent, but it was just we're going to draft a local guy because they're dumb.
There's a picture.
The Packers are dumb
of a Oakland Raider ripping him down by the jersey.
That's Howie Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a quarterback like in 86 and 87, the Packers were 85. 86, they were 4-12. The Vikings destroyed them twice. They killed them twice.
The Packers have been blessed with a long line of exceptional quarterbacks with Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, and Bart Starr, all winning championships in Green Bay. But between them were wastelands in the 70s and 80s where quarterbacks like
David Whitehurst
played the position.
David Whitehurst sucked too. That's Charlie Whitehurst's dad, who's a backup of I think in Seattle or was. He's terrible.
They like Randy wrong in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was terrible.
Houston Texans Tom Savage. This is a newer one.
Oh yeah, he played at Pitt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they got a litany of shitty ones too down there.
Yeah, well, he also didn't play for a long time. Indianapolis Colts Jeff George.
You see, that's not the truth.
Boys,
he was the
I'm putting this up on the
pick.
screen because look at this man's fucking mullet.
Dude, he was the number 1 overall pick.
He had good years too.
He had a
look at that mullet, boys. Look at Jeff George's mullet.
He was also, I guess he was just hated. I mean, he couldn't last anywhere. I never understood why.
He's the offensive coordinator at Illinois now.
That's amazing. They haven't. So Brett Bielema hired Jeff George to be the coordinator. I saw George play against Wisconsin. It was Barry Alvarez's first year when he played for Illinois.
I remember Jeff George on the Raiders.
His arm. I have to admit, his arm
hit a cannon.
Was amazing.
Wasn't he like a lockdown? Like Mel Kiper was creaming his jeans over.
I mean, he was the number 1 overall pick because his arm. When he played for the Vikings in 1999 after the '98 season, he was amazing. I mean, he was incredible for the Vikings. I mean, he threw because he had Moss and Carter. It was just like going it downfield, and he threw the long ball well. He threw but I never knew the story. I guess he couldn't last anywhere. He played for the Falcons. He played for the Colts.
I remember the Raiders.
He
with
played
Napoleon
for the
Kaufman.
He played with the Washington football team. He played with all these different teams, and it's just like, what did he do that made him such a hated figure? I never.
George is one of the cautionary tales for anyone who puts too much stock in a prospect. The first pick of the 1990 draft, who Indianapolis traded 2 players and 3 draft picks to select, struggled and sulked through his 49 start tenure with the Colts. Fans began referring to him as Boy George, a dig at his immaturity. Boy George.
Yeah. And a thinly veiled homophobic statement. It's like he's a faggot. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, anyway, but yeah.
I love how you won't say Redskins, but you'll say that.
No, but the whole thing about with maybe I have to resolve my issues around Native Americans.
Yeah. What, did you burn a reservation down?
But no, what we were saying with
Jeff George.
At that era, I remember I got a quick little story about that era of sports in the 90s. And I was coming of age in the early 90s. It was my late teens, early 20s. It was my early 20s.
I'm gonna go get my Diet
Coke.
And
I remember watching LSU and Duke play college basketball, and the entire LSU fans chanting, "Leitner is a faggot." I mean, chanting in like, we're talking like 14,000 people chanting the word faggot. It's like, wow.
Well, they hated Christian Leitner.
Yeah, but it's all, I couldn't stand him either. Christian Leitner's I couldn't.
Is it because he acted like a black guy? Did you not like that?
No, I just, because it represented, I just didn't, and the Duke Marquis was like, we're the best college basketball team because we do it the right way.
I got very Howard Stern-y right there for a second.
Sorry.
You didn't like the blacks? Is that why you didn't like it? Huh? Listen to me. Listen to me. I've been watching old Howard Sterns and I notice he does that. People will try and answer his question or tiptoe around. He'll go, listen to me. Listen to me. No, listen to me.
Yeah, he's trying to get it.
It's actually a great radio move.
Yeah, exactly.
No, listen to me. How you just did it, how you tried to take it, you got to immediately take it back. Listen to me.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd react to that if he did that.
Dude, it's not.
Some people are like, no, don't do that. You know,
I mean, he was interviewing Letterman. I was watching a Letterman interview, and Letterman was good at, but he was shitting on Letterman's producer. He was like, "Let me tell you about Morty. He's a schmoozer, and he didn't bring anything creative to the show." He was like, he goes, "Let me tell you why you fired your producer. Morty's a schmoozer. He doesn't bring anything creative to the show. The show's at its peak. You need people that
throwing him under the
bus." And Letterman goes, because he's on the radio, but there's a video now, but Letterman goes, "You couldn't be more correct. You couldn't be more wrong. You couldn't be more wrong." Because like Howard's nailing it.
Yeah.
It's just so funny, but he's like not afraid to just be like, "Yeah, your best friend producer, he was a schmoozer and untalented, and that's why you fired him, right? Listen to me. That's why, right?"
God. Trying to get into Letterman's head and say, they had a relationship. Stern was going on Letterman.
At the end of the interview, he goes, "You're so sensitive. I can't believe it." He was because he was going at him.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're best friends with. Did Carson teach you how to chase broads? Listen to me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stern rules.
Yeah, wow, yeah. I remember Stern when I was 12 at DC 101. That's when yeah, absolutely. I remember, and it was like, I mean, this was like a different thing for radio. My brother and I was like, this is hilarious.
Good thing that didn't land on the equipment, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But no, I remember watching. Am I in frame?
I spilled it all over myself. The boys saw that.
Am I in frame? I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. I tapped this accidentally.
Oh yeah. No, you're good.
They're making a gingerbread house together.
Crow, I've wanted to make a gingerbread house my whole life. I've never made a gingerbread house. Have you?
Well,
it sounds like a blast.
But it just, of course, it reaches my expectations. Just making gingerbread houses. It's like, I'm sorry. I find it so sappy.
I really am so clear.
It offends my sensibilities. Hallmark offends my sensibilities.
We're gonna fight through it.
I don't know why. I really have.
I kind of like it. It's good, like cleaning the house movie. You know.
I know. But
do you want to change it now that we've guessed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Jaws 2's on.
Oh, this was. I remember it's still trying. They made the conscious choice to turn it into a slasher movie. Basically,
I did get wet,
like a slasher, Mike Myers type movie. They tried making it more of like an orthodox horror. Yeah, it blows up here. It blows up. You know, I mean, people were when Jaws 2 came out. It was like, oh my god. I mean, sequels were not. You know, the sequel, this is where it truly began. Yeah, this is a big scene. Oh, I pour the gas on myself.
I like how the pacing's going because you're going to do 30 minutes on the Vikings. Because you've been stewing about this all day when we get to the Vikings.
Yeah, this is... So look at this.
Oh, the shark's on fire, yeah.
That's the first 5 minutes of the movie. That's how they hook you. We're going to hook you with a giant explosion at the beginning. Well,
because Jaws 2 is about a different shark, right? Like it's the son of Jaws.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for some reason the big sharks come back, and it's only William Shaw because Shaw had died by this time. He died of a heart attack, I think. So Shaw had also been killed.
Because Hogan asked me that on Nerdery. He goes like, because I was like, Jaws 4 is the shit, and he goes, wait though. He goes, they blow the shark up in 2. Yeah. He goes, so how is it the same shark that's seeking revenge?
No, it's just a different shark. That's all. It's a different big shark. There's no explanation. It's just, there's not like the son of but they play it up that way. Like in 3 and 4, there's this curse element they try to play.
I always thought they just replayed the end of the first one.
Yeah, well,
Smile, you son of a bitch.
This is where they give away how they kill the shark.
Yeah,
they pull up the cable. You know.
So Jacksonville Jaguars, Blaine Gabbert is their worst quarterback in history.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
He's their Mitch.
Yeah,
but they also had Blake Bortles in there.
He's probably in the running, but he's not that bad. He's a backup somewhere right now. I mean,
I just think it's the worst because they had such a good quarterback at first.
Who, Jackson?
Like they started with Brunell.
Yeah, Brunell was a very wise pickup, man. I remember when they lost to they beat Denver in '96.
Was Brunell ever a threat? Like, did Favre get hurt for a couple series and Brunell did well?
Favre never got hurt, man.
Because I wonder why the Jaguars saw something in, or did they just end up with him in the expansion draft?
It was Brunell, and also I think was it Ty? One of the Detmers there's a third string quarterback, and it was basically, I mean, it was Holmgren and Mariucci and a bit of Gruden just being able to develop these quarterbacks. You know, they could tell that they were talented backups. They had very good grooming, you know. I mean, Holmgren was deep. He was the coach of
quarterback whisperer,
of Joe Montana, you know, and was able to sort of get the best out of Joe Montana, who was obviously a great quarterback. So, you know, but they knew that Favre was the true talent. Favre was the true talent.
Rob Aponte says gingerbread houses are a kind of white utopia.
It's I don't get it. I just
especially when they come with just cookie and you got to paint everything. Usually they're a little pre-assembled. Bailey says Byron Leftwich, but Leftwich was good, and he's actually a great offensive coordinator. I think Leftwich actually had a deep playoff run in there.
I think didn't they lose to the Patriots in 2007? The undefeated year that didn't happen.
Yep.
Yeah, so
it was one of those things where you knew they were going to lose because the Jaguars gave the Patriots a run for, like, they didn't get blown out.
Oh, absolutely.
It was one of those things where you're like, oh, they might be getting a little tired here.
Well, Jacksonville played a great game and still lost by 14 points, I think, or something. I mean, Jacksonville was fine. It's just New England knows.
Got an old fisherman here.
Yeah,
you need the old man in the beanie cap at some point.
This is where they're gonna wrong foot the audience. You think it's the shark? No, is it the shark? I don't know. Is it a body? I'm gonna wrong foot. No, it's actually the giveaway of how the shark gets killed. This is the, what do you got here? Oh, and then they give it away. This is the foreshadowing of how they get the shark.
It's a power line.
Oh yeah, they electrocute it.
Yeah, they electrocute
It's a power line.
Which, think about that's a pretty ridiculous death at the end. He has to time, like he's using.
Is
a
this
paddle.
when he says "Smile, you son of a bitch"?
No, that's the end of Jaws.
Yeah,
which is great. That's a great moment. You know, in this one, he's because all these kids they made the choice to turn it into a teen slasher movie. So it's a lot of screaming teenagers because they knew that was the audience. The teenagers have to identify. You know,
ooh, The Rock.
It's so bad.
Kansas City Chiefs, Todd Blackledge.
Oh, yes. That is actually a very... he was picked before Marino. He was the second quarterback of that famed 83 draft, and he was terrible. That's actually a very good one. Yeah, because Bill Kenny was actually a pretty good quarterback. But yeah, they tried to... Because Blackledge was coming off of the championship for Penn State in 82. So they thought he was a good leader or something. But it was Elway, Todd Blackledge, then I believe it was Jim Kelly, then it was Ken O'Brien, and then it was Dan Marino in the 83 draft. He was the second overall quarterback drafted. They could have had Dan Marino. You know?
I'm going down here.
Yeah.
I'll just figure I put some football on.
So what did they say about Blackledge?
Here's the bottom line on old Todd.
Cross-reference my knowledge because I think it's pretty good with Blackledge.
It wasn't just that Blackledge couldn't stay on the field, but Kansas City couldn't have had any number of better options in the 83 draft. Blackledge was selected 7th overall, the second quarterback chosen in arguably the greatest draft in quarterbacks in NFL history. Blackledge couldn't even complete 50% of his passes in his 24-start tenure with the Chiefs, which could have been enough to put him on the list. When you add the fact that Kansas City passed on Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, and Dan Marino to pick Blackledge from Penn State, he's arguably the most obvious selection on this list.
Yeah.
Las Vegas Raiders, Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah,
300-pound quarterback, number 1 overall.
That was
he was so big, dude.
Yeah, well, they thought
he was awesome at LSU.
Well, they were thinking they were getting Dante Culpepper. Culpepper had an impact on the game.
Oh yeah, I think he was more so than McNabb was the guy that got people to really believe in black quarterbacks.
Well, I also and kind of the running option too, like having your quarterback has got to be able to run some. It can't just purely be a statue back there.
Because McNabb was a little small. Culpepper, I think, was the first statuesque black quarterback.
Yeah, and he was early in his he was the early in his career. He was very fast. He blew his knee though, and he was never the same. He's one of those guys who blew his knee and the career was over.
The stream's bad again for some reason.
Is this Georgia? Oh God. Yeah, they didn't pay attention to the social distancing down there. You know.
All right, so it's saying the stream's bad again, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, but we were watching Southeastern Conference football. We were watching who was that? Charlie Pell. No, that's
back. We're back.
Former Florida coach.
All right, we're back. God, it's excellent again.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are the hardships of live streaming. We got the Chargers next.
Oh, let me try to put a guess in there for that Chargers one. Well, they had Breeze and they got rid and traded him, re-signed.
I think. Are you joking?
No. I'm trying to think who the worst one ever is. No, it's not Fouts. Fouts was great.
No.
Mark Herman.
Ryan Leaf.
Oh yeah. Okay, exactly. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could have drafted Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but that's
dude. Ryan Leaf almost beat the Michigan Wolverines in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. He was. He's now a motivational speaker. He's actually
fills in for Rich Eisen on his show. He's a great radio guy now.
Yeah.
He's actually chilled out and not on pills anymore.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he went through a real. There was a. He had to grow up. And he did. I think he did. So his addiction thing, and he committed crimes and shit. I think he was like a criminal.
Yeah.
Like in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
criminal.
dude, yeah, carjackings and shit.
Yeah, and knocking off drugstores,
stealing
and
from
crap,
kids.
man.
Ryan Leaf stole my bike.
But I think he was like he turned into a criminal.
It's hard to believe some actually thought Leaf should have been picked ahead of Peyton Manning in the 1998 NFL draft, but Leaf's tail was similar to that of Russell's, but the Chargers had to trade up to acquire the rights to draft Leaf. They really give teams a hard time for that.
For trading up, exactly. Well, and that'll be Trubisky, with him,
I love South Carolina's jerseys.
Yeah.
The real USC.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Starting lineups.
We fucking love Chick-fil-A here.
How did this get turned? Well, what exactly is this?
Because I just had football. It's the only thing that has active football on. I'll go back to Jaws too.
It's cool. It's all good, man. Yeah, just,
the Hall of Fame is on.
Oh yeah. Ooh, this guy. Yeah.
1980, he was elected
Harold
the
Carmichael,
NFL Man of the Year.
Fucking Edgerrin James got in. Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, look at this class. Harold Carmichael got in
after a lifetime of.
Wow,
does that make you happy?
Well, he had a reception streak that was against the Vikings. They didn't win that game though. I know that for a fact. Because he was 6'8", he was tall.
The Pro Football Hall of Fame is every player's dream.
Roman Gabriel.
They are called the Gamecocks too. That's what's cool about South Carolina.
Yep.
So the Los Angeles Rams, Zeke Bratkowski.
Ooh, I thought they had worse. What about Dieter Brock? He was terrible.
Or even Vince. Do you know Vince Ferragamo does fucking commentary for the Rams now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, he had a run in '79. He was good in '79, and then he went to the CFL. They paid him more money. That gives you an indication that there actually was a little bit of a fucking
buzz.
A little
Moon. They had Moon.
That was pre-USFL. Because when the USFL came in, that was the best thing for the players because their salaries got much higher as a result. But
Isaac Bruce.
He also, Harold Carmichael had a streak, I think of...
Didn't he play for the Cowboys?
Carmichael?
For a little bit?
No. He played his entire career with the Eagles. 71 to 83.
That was back when you did that. When you respected who drafted you. You just were a slave to them the whole time.
Yeah, that was before something called free agency.
You didn't ask
you dinosaur.
You didn't need any incentives, no signing bonus. These guys got murdered. They needed day jobs in the off season, and they loved it.
Harold Carmichael.
Look at that.
Yeah, well, he had a catch streak. I remember he had the longest catch streak. He had 92 games.
Harold Carmichael's like, thank God it fucking looks like me.
Yeah. He's old now.
Miami Dolphins. Who do you think it is?
He went to a Super Bowl. He sucked with the guy who Marino replaced.
Woodley, Damian Woodley?
David Woodley. But they probably wouldn't say that because he went to a Super Bowl, but he was not that good. David Woodley. But it was...
Chad Henne.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. The Dolphins have sucked recently. And now,
the Finns.
And who do they have for the Vikings?
Is that who's next? Yep, Joe Cap.
Yeah, I don't. I don't necessarily agree. I mean, he wasn't a pretty player, but he was like a tough leader.
He played for the Boston Patriots.
Absolutely. He was an AFL. I think he went to the AFL.
Stats with the Vikings: 40 games, 23, 12, and 3. Back when there were ties.
Yeah, absolutely.
50.2% completion percentage, 4,807 yards, 37 touchdowns, 47 interceptions.
Yeah, he ran a lot.
Here's the bottom line on Cap. Joe Cap's tenure proves the win-loss record isn't everything when judging quarterbacks, particularly in Minnesota, which has a slew of successful signal callers through its NFL tenure.
Yeah, not recently.
In his best season, 1969, Cap completed just 50.6% of his passes and threw for just 1,726 yards in 13 games, and the Vikings went 12-2.
Yeah, well, but their defense was great.
Oh, yeah. That was the real Purple People Eaters.
That's when it just started. That's when Alan Page was young and Eller was young and Marshall was still youngish,
Yeah, but Cap threw just 1 playoff touchdown to 4 interceptions and turned the ball over 3 times in Minnesota's stunning 23-7 loss to the Chiefs in Super Bowl IV.
There was still, Super Bowl III had not become the thing that
was. The first Super Bowl IV, right? The first Super Bowl, the first one called the Super Bowl, right?
That's actually a good question. I don't know. I think Super Bowl I was Super Bowl I. I think it was still called that.
When was the real merger? 5 was when it was actually the merger, right?
Yeah, the merger. That was the first one post-merger because so it was still the AFL and the NFL. So the Vikings technically do have an NFL championship. It was just in 1969 and they lost the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But technically they have an NFL. It's the last one because the leagues merged. And the Vikings played the Chiefs the first game of the next season. They used to do that. And the Super Bowl teams playing
like that's like the Community Shield in England.
Yeah.
The winner of the FA Cup plays the team who won the Premier League.
Yeah, that's great. It's good drama.
It's like the first game of the season.
Exactly. Kicks it off, so to speak.
And they call it the Community Shield because it's like a charity game.
Yeah. No. Yes, it was. That's when it began with them. With their good defenses, and so people still thought the NFL was better than the AFL. They were 12.5-point favorites and lost 23-7. That Chief team was loaded though, man. They had very good athletes. Had some very good players. Otis Taylor was a very good football player. He's a guy that they think should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not because, the stats weren't as big back then, but he was a great player.
The Herald looks like the Marvel logo. Yeah. The Herald Carmichael, they stole the Marvel logo. One can only wonder if the Vikings could have had a championship under the belt if they had hung on to Fran Tarkenton, whose 68 trade paved the way for Cap's emergence as the starter.
Absolutely. And then they traded for Tarkenton after the 72 season and then went to the Super Bowl III the next 4 years. Like Tarkenton was very much... Do
you think if Tarkenton could have just avoided the Steelers and the Raiders?
It's unfortunate. They just weren't as good as those teams. And the Vikings were a good football team. They were a very good football team, but... Those teams were great, man.
Those offenses were dynamic at the time.
Well, the Dolphins were just great. The 73 Dolphins, they said that team was actually better than the 72 Dolphins. Even though they lost 2 games. They said it was just a better team. And then 74, they're facing the Steelers. Oh, here's Vermeil. There's Vermeil in the crowd.
James Bailey. How the fuck is the Rams quarterback the worst quarterback, not Tony Banks?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Tony Banks is pretty bad.
Trent Green just for getting hurt like a puss.
Yeah.
New England Patriots, Jim Plunkett. I don't agree with this because Plunkett was great later on for the Raiders.
Oh, he won 2 Super Bowls. They got him for the waiver fee of $100. I remember Plunkett with the 49ers.
Played for 15 years.
Yeah, I remember him playing with the 49ers.
He was the first overall pick for them, right? Or no, that was after that, right?
For the Patriots, it was the first overall pick out of Stanford. They had god-awful offensive lines. God-awful offensive lines. He got the living shit kicked out of him.
He threw a lot of picks with the Patriots.
Because he just got the shit kicked out of him. He did no time.
Was he Native American?
Oh, I think he might be indigenous.
He looks like fucking the Night Stalker.
Yeah, both of his parents are blind.
I'm going to confirm this with the chat here, that Jim Plunkett looks like Richard Ramirez.
I think that there is a vague similarity. Yeah, that's young Plunkett. Wow.
I mean, get it.
You have to understand. Picture. Stanford beat Ohio State. Stanford beat Ohio State in the Rose Bowl in 1971, and Ohio State was great. And it was because of Plunkett. Plunkett threw for like 265, had a totally good game, and just sliced up Ohio State, who was like the dominant team in college football at that time. Stanford beat them. In the Rose Bowl.
I think I might know why.
And then he was the number 1 overall pick.
I think I might know why the stream's jumping, and it's no big deal, but she's never been watching something before.
Oh, okay.
She's watching, Larry's watching Ted Lasso. So that's why the string jumps every now and again. It's all good.
Okay, let's go through more of them.
But yeah, he looks like Richard Ramirez, hardcore.
Absolutely.
That's why he was so bad. He was night stalking. He quit night stalking after the fucking...
Wow, what an 80s serial murderer.
Here's the bottom line for Plunkett. It's easy to forget that Plunkett started his standout career in New England and would have been considered a colossal bust based on his tenure there. Plunkett was the first overall pick in 71, but showed inaccuracy and a penchant for interceptions, particularly in 74 when he led the NFL with 22. Steve Grogan unseated him as starter after 5 ineffective games in the 75 season. After 2 mediocre seasons in San Francisco, Plunkett showed some of that promise with the Raiders, where he led them to 4 playoff appearances and a pair of championships.
He was great in the Super Bowl. He could throw the ball deep. He had a good deep ball, and that was his skill.
New Orleans Saints. I was going to say Heath Shuler.
No, he was a Redskin. He was the Redskin.
Didn't he play, or Bobby? Didn't one another?
Bobby Hebert, but Bobby Hebert was decent.
Yeah.
The Saints have a lot to choose from. Archie Manning was a decent quarterback, but they had Stabler. They had, I'm trying to think back and then recently.
The Aints? Well, they were the Aints.
They also they've had Breeze.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's Archie Manning.
They say Archie Manning.
Archie Manning is the worst.
Yeah, well,
71 to 84.
He had the misfortune of just.
He played for the Vikings.
He played for the Vikings in #84. I remember that.
Were you excited? Were you like, fuck, we got Archie Manning?
They had to get him because Kramer was hurt. So when they got him, they played the Bears. When the Bears' defense started to get great, they sacked him 9 times.
Hell yeah, dude.
Now, that was the '84 team.
Was that the game when McMahon was out and Peyton blocked the guy, or was that '85?
That was '85. '84, the Bears' defense started to get. The '84 team has the most sacks ever in the history of football. Yeah. Not the '85 team.
I think I've heard Peyton say that he thinks the '84 team was actually better than the '85 team. Their defense. They just weren't ready to beat the Niners.
They had made the breakthrough where their defense started to get really good. Well, they beat the Redskins, who were a great team back then, in D.C. That was a good triumph for them, where Peyton threw a touchdown pass to Dennis McKinnon, I believe. Could be wrong. It might have been Galt.
So it's Archie Manning. New York Giants, Joe Pisarcik.
Pisarcik?
Look at this fucking mustache. We're showing this to the fucking chat.
This is the first quarterback I remember being a quarterback for the Giants.
Really?
It's Joe Pisarcik.
This guy looks like my dad. This looks like my fucking dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was a 70s. He was a backup for the Eagles. I mean, I think he had like an 8-year career. What was it?
8 seasons. 77 to 84 Eagles for 4 years at the tail end.
You know, he made a few bucks, you know. He was terrible. Those
18 touchdowns to 43 interceptions.
Those Giant teams.
I love that Giants logo. I think they need to go back to it.
Yeah, that's the first one I remember. Absolutely. That team was so bad. The Giants were a terrible football team in the late 70s. Terrible. I mean, a shamefully bad football team. And they have some proud fans.
Yeah, Ramirez is Jim Plunkett. Let's start that rumor like Alex Jones is fucking
I don't want to do
Bill
that.
Hicks.
You know.
Jim Plunkett is Richard Ramirez.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dave Brown largely gets mocked as the worst quarterback in Giants history, usually because of New York's decision to spend the first overall pick of the 92 supplemental draft on him. But Pisarcik. Fucking Italians.
He's more of a Chicago. Pisarcik.
Sergeant Pisarcik down there. He's in the 10th ward, you know, down there.
Pisarcik lost 19 of his 27 starts in a Giant uniform, and he authored perhaps the lowest moment in franchise history when he fumbled away the game against the Eagles in a loss that has since been dubbed the Miracle at the Meadowlands.
I mean, yeah, he was the quarterback, but that was also the wrong play call. That play was, I remember when that play happened, and I was watching it live.
Rob Aponte says Ramirez is Plunkett on a hunger strike. New York Jets, Christian Hackenberg.
Oh, yeah. Wow. God, yeah.
16, 17,
he's
2
just
seasons.
Recent. God, he had some hype coming out of college. Yeah, he didn't cut it.
Yeah, good career at Penn State, throwing to stalwart receivers like Chris Godwin during his 3 years there, but he was inaccurate in practice in the preseason and was rarely even active over the course of 2 forgettable seasons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Philadelphia Eagles, Bobby Thomason.
I don't even know who that is.
He played in the 40s.
Yeah.
They
used to be a force. They used to be a force.
This is back when they would take still shots of quarterbacks leaping in the air and throwing the ball.
I remember old football cards being that. Absolutely. Like one of them was like, I always like, we're going to look, yeah, absolutely. This is like George Blanda or some Bobby Lang. Oh yeah, they would absolutely. I remember that being a pose.
Because I think that's how you threw. You were like on the run all the time, so they probably did throw like that.
I don't. I think it'll look dynamic. Jump up in the air.
Motion.
Yeah. Hey, the people will like it. Yeah, but it is when I think of. Pull up like football, like offensive lineman football cards from like the early 70s. If you
1970s football cards.
Oh yeah, if like the early. Oh, Cliff Harris is getting in. Oh my God, Cliff Harris. Oh my God, he was a safety for the Cowboys. I couldn't stand.
I love that this is on.
Cowboys. I couldn't stand them.
The Cowboys suck. What a Cowboys-looking guy too! Look at that fucking
Bob
goatee.
Lilly. That's not Bob Lilly. It's Charlie Waters.
Who's got a goatee?
Look at that man.
That guy looks like fucking a character that Tom fucking who's that British fuck? That British I butchered the riff.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
It's gone.
It's okay, man. Yeah, he was a safety, and that was Charlie Waters was the other guy who was a total like. Cowboy. Oh God.
Here we'll go.
Images it's so here. Gross. It's so. Again, the decline of the Roman Empire, right in front of our very eyes, is Cliff Harris.
Is Cliff Harris getting into the NFL?
Oh, it's because he was this glorious time in the past.
Here we go, Crow.
He was a decent player, but like offensive lineman football cards were hilarious back then. It looked like a bear coming out of hibernation. They'd be like kind of. Taking, I don't know, maybe have some 60s, but there'll be some good stuff in the 70s too. There'll be some good ones. There was Peyton. It was Jim Langer. Yeah, Jim Langer's in the hall.
Who's this? Is this Ahmad Rashad?
No,
that's Alan
Page.
OJ. Look at he's leaping. Holy Christ.
That's Kenny Stabler's there. Yeah.
1970 tops.
Yeah, that Tony Dorsett was like, he was, let's look for, it's Mel Blount.
Yeah.
See, yeah, that right there. That was a big one right there. That pose. That was like a lineman pose of a dynamic.
Chuck Bednarik.
Oh yeah, he played both ways. He was the first bisexual football.
Yeah, he went both ways.
Chuck Bednarik was openly bisexual in the 50s.
Let me go to the Adam cam so they could see that.
Can you
look at those guys? They're leaping out at you.
I mean, oh man, that must have been a time of. Think of
you got this one right here. Ken Willard. Look, they couldn't have the Viking logo in
it. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember though that was a lower grade card. I didn't like that.
Bradshaw.
Yeah, that's a young Bradshaw. That whole that Steeler emblem. Oh, there's Tarkington.
I'm gonna go back to the original thing.
Yeah, there we go. There's Bednarik. Chuck Bednarik.
Before I put an offensive lineman, I feel like it was a better selection.
He was a bitter old man. Like late in his career, when he was old, it was like that day Deion Sanders couldn't tackle my wife. Like on film saying that you're being captured. That's Earl. Is that Earl Campbell?
This guy right here? No, this is fucking
Mel Blount. Mel Blount was great. He was a great football player. Like Mel Blount, I'm convinced could still play like 6 plays in a game today.
Gale Sayers was still around in 70, huh?
Yeah, he was, absolutely.
All right.
Didn't Sayers just die? Didn't he just die?
Yeah, recently, I think within a year or two.
Yeah, crazy.
Fucking nuts, bro.
Yeah,
you want to hear what this guy's got to say?
String junior varsity quarterback.
Oh my God, he's going to fucking.
I gotta go through my entire career.
That's when you know,
act as if you care about my life. I was just a hard scrabble kid from a dirt town in Texas. You know that bullshit mythology that's put out to make people go and do their job. Yeah, that's what I was. I can't. Fuck Texas. Seriously. I'm so prideful. I'm majestic when I go out on my. The ego down there is just gross.
Worst quarterback in Steelers history, Mark Malone.
Yeah, he was a follow-up to Bradshaw. They went to an AFC Championship game in '84. I think that's a little bit harsh. He had the misfortune, like Danny White, of following a legend. Of Terry Bradshaw.
Look at that Topps card.
Yeah, no, I remember Mark Malone. He was a first-round pick out of Arizona State. That was when Noel was still coaching. I mean, they were They had that stability thing.
Look at that card.
That hat was a hip hat. Like, I mean, that sort of embroidered hat. I think that's actually kind of a cool looking hat.
It is really fucking cool.
You know, that was very much a cool looking hat back in the day. I had a Viking hat like that.
With just like the cursive letters.
Yeah, exactly. Embroidered in, like kind of thick embroidering, so it was going to like endure well.
Well, the V for the Viking always had a hornness to it too.
Yeah,
it looks like the Viking horn.
Absolutely.
By the time the veterans showed up, we played a couple of preseason games on the coast and then headed back to Dallas for preseason.
Fortunately, we got below the Mason-Dixon line, so the Negras didn't roam with us. No, he's not.
The train had a great gift card. On the train, we ate a steak dinner with milkshakes and baked potatoes. We then got off the train and unpacked our luggage in the training facility. Then it was the first day of practice. At the first day of practice, he's just totally going.
Yeah, just verbatim. Yeah.
Me that I was the starting free safety for the Dallas Cowboys.
I then went and looked at the roster, and it had actually confirmed that I was the starting safety.
Look, that's my granddaddy.
Feeling. This was the Cowboy team that had repeatedly made it to the playoffs but never won a championship.
Yeah,
they were determined to make it.
I remember him playing for a long time. I mean,
was he a cog? Key cog?
Well, he was. He was a white safety. The white safety still. The white man still had a place in the secondary back in those days. There was a few white cover. There's Bob Lilly. I'm Mr. Cowboy.
Defensive play, Bob.
San Francisco 49ers. Steve DeBerg.
He always played well enough for you to lose close games.
What the fuck is on his back? Look at this.
Well, he played for a long time.
He played until like the 1990s.
Oh, I remember him playing for the.
What the fuck is on his back?
Wow,
what is that?
That's got to be part of his maybe.
It looks like he's spying for the FBI.
It's part of his equipment. I'm sure there's like a back support.
I actually got a guy growing on my back. It's a small man.
Yeah, he was the quarterback that
played for 17 years.
He got supplanted by Montana and also by Elway, but he had a very good year for the 1990 Chiefs. He was actually very good for them that year.
Staubach is in good shape for being like an older guy, right?
Oh, well, yeah, he was a Navy. I mean, he's pretty much.
Oh, he's never touched a drug or alcohol in his life.
Like a perfect human being.
I wake up in the morning and I make sure my shit's whip cracked and ruler straight, and I fucking spank my kids for no fucking reason, even though they're adults still. I do all that shit.
Well, he's deemed. I mean, he is a hero in Texas.
Yeah,
he is a hero. People love Roger Staubach.
Look at this picture.
This is a good man.
This picture says it all.
We should live.
This picture says it all. A frightened Steve DeBerg sitting next to Joe Montana. Look at his eyes. He just sees his career fucking ending.
Yeah. That was like, I think Montana was a rookie in '79.
Wasn't he kind of like, why did you pick this guy?
Well, yeah, he was. I think he was
a third round pick.
Third round. But I remember his great game in college that I remember watching was the Cotton Bowl against the University of Houston, where it was like a rainy and shitty kind of freezing rain in Houston. That was like you couldn't depend on the weather really. And they had a comeback in the second half where they beat Houston. And it was really because of Montana. And he played with I guess he was sick and stuff. And he was just very good.
The chat says Bob Lilly is Prince Charles.
Bob Lilly's Mr. Cowboy.
Trip on a rock or two that
but
day.
now you know what I did? He like owns a ranch and like raises quarter horses. Like I got my ranch all majestic because I have my slice of America. My white race didn't have anything to do with that whatsoever. There were no systemic advantages that helped me achieve what I achieved whatsoever. It was all just through my hard work. That's all, because that mythology has to just be burned into your head to accept the way things are.
Aponte's doing your nickname thing. He did it. He says same McNown. That's great. So the worst quarterback in Seattle Seahawks history, Rick Meyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He played for 8 seasons. That's fucking sad.
He still lived off, like Notre Dame was still living off of some.
I can't believe he threw 50 touchdowns. That's fucking crazy. Wasn't he like electric in college?
I don't know if he was a legend. He
won a national championship, right?
No, not in '88. It was Tony Rice. But Notre Dame, there was still a Notre Dame mystique that they were one of the top 3 programs in college football, and he was good at Notre Dame. It was a lot of hype.
Meyer had a standout career at Notre Dame and was the consensus top overall quarterback before the '93 draft. But the Patriots chose Drew Bledsoe with the first pick.
Yeah, that was a smart move.
Yeah, and Meyer went second to the Seahawks, where he had an abysmal tenure and one of the most underrated busts in NFL history.
Yeah.
Meyer was co-offensive rookie of the year in '93, but never threw more than 13 touchdowns in a season in his career.
Yeah.
The only saving grace for Meyer's tenure in Seattle was the fact that he fetched the Seahawks a first-round pick from the Bears in the 1997 trade.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that was a good. I wonder what that turned into.
This is bullshit. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Steve Young.
Yeah, well,
was he bad for them?
Yeah, he was, but trust me, they just want to drop the fact that Steve Young played for the Buccaneers on young minds. They've had some terrible. Steve Spurrier was a terrible quarterback for them. Williams is okay, I guess. They had some rotten quarterbacks in the early '90s and stuff. They were terrible. Vinny Testaverde wasn't anything that.
Here's
great.
The bottom line
they had
on
Trent
Young.
Dilfer. He was bad for them too.
The Buccaneers, like a lot of teams on this list, have no shortage of candidates for this choice, but consider how history should have been different if Young stayed with the Buccaneers and evolved into the quarterback he became in San Francisco. The Bucs were a laughingstock and considered Young a bust when they traded him to San Francisco after selecting Vinny Testaverde in the '87 draft.
Absolutely, yeah, they were going in a different direction. But the fact is, Young was still young and maturing, and he went to San Francisco, which they had.
When did he play in the USFL?
He played before that, actually. It would have been like 84, 85. And then he got that annuity contract that he's still making money off right now.
And it's like it inflated too, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge. I mean, people think it's this huge contract, but he's still getting paid some money from it.
$1,000 a month, probably. Or something.
I think it's in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Still, I believe. I could be.
Wasn't it like a $20 million contract?
It was
or something?
$40 million. It was just, but it was done in this annuity format, so it wasn't like
they were basically saying it's $40 million, but you will make
staggered way over
make
time.
sure you get paid for your whole life, basically.
I don't quite know the full story on that. I should know that.
Tennessee Titans Zach Mattenberger, 14. He played for 2 seasons.
Yeah,
He's just some random.
I don't even know that is.
Yeah. Washington football team Norm Snead.
Oh yeah, he was supposed to be a pretty good player. I think he played for the Rams too, didn't he? Early in his career, I could be
Eagles, wrong. Minnesota Vikings in '71, Giants, and the 49ers.
Wow, I'm wrong. I thought he was older than that.
Norm Snead was the quarterback Washington acquired from the Cowboys in the Eddie LeBaron trade, which somehow doesn't look so bad given the fact that it was one terrible quarterback exchanged for another.
Exactly. They need to change a venue. And by that, I mean, I don't want them talking about the union. There shouldn't be a union anywhere. Labor should have no voice whatsoever in our lives. They just gum up the works. They're going to get in the way of me making as much money as humanly possible, which is freedom. We all know that that's the textbook definition of freedom, is making as much money as you possibly can. So no union is going to make it here. No, labor shouldn't have a voice whatsoever in anything that goes on.
I keep forgetting the camera goes off. Well, that was the list. That was it.
That's a pretty. I mean, there's some. They were spot on a couple of them, but they were off on a few too. There was a good fodder for debate. So, so what happened? What happened in this day in TV history? I'm curious.
All right.
What happened in this day?
We'll cover that shit right now.
Exactly. We've gone through our Hallmark moment.
1992, Unforgiven, directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, and Morgan Freeman, premieres in Los Angeles.
Wow, that was an August movie. Yeah, I remember I just started to work at the Leadership Council when that movie was out.
Let's watch the Unforgiven trailer.
That's crazy. God, Unforgiven's. Well, I love it. I love it. Why do I like the Western so much?
Well, there was an episode or two ago where you were saying that was like the cutting edge fucking.
Well, it was a rebirth of the genre, I think. The genre had not really been touched for a while. I mean, I guess Outlaw Josie Wells. There was Pale Rider in the 80s. Quicksilver, I think, wasn't that that might have been one.
There was a lot of those Eastwood movies. Pale Rider was good.
Yeah, but it was like the genre of the Western had gone away.
They were still trying to do John Wayne.
Yeah,
it hadn't
exactly,
evolved
yeah,
at all.
yeah.
It was just people riding into town. Hey, scoundrel.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to fight?
Well, they
because I was born to fight.
What I like about this is they make it also like that's difficult to kill someone. It's not an easy thing to kill someone. Because it was always portrayed in the Western, like I always felt like the bad guys, I'll kill you and just not really give a shit. That's how I always felt it was. So this I felt gave it more of a humanity to it, even though he's a murderer.
My guess is you're calling yourself Mr. William Money. You have.
Oh, this is the one where he's like an old fuck and he can't
great.
hang with the young whippersnapper cowboys, right?
No. Well, it's a good movie. It's a fucking good
Wasn't
movie.
I making fun of this? You got really mad because I was making fun of Unforgiven.
Maybe.
What's the movie where the whole point is like he's an old ass cowboy trying to hang with the young whippersnappers?
Well, I think that's part of this.
That's Unforgiven, yeah.
It's part of it, but that's not the plot of it. It's more than that. It's about like your transforming character, you know. And Freeman's great in it, and Hackman is really good.
I do like this era of living though. Back when there wasn't like no show business. Like you lived on a prairie and you murdered animals and possibly a Native American or two, depending on which way you leaned in life.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it happened. I mean,
it did. There's books about it.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
War's gold. Even if there was, they wouldn't want to come looking for it.
You know it's an epic because it's a 2.5 minute trailer.
Find them by nightfall or in the morning. We can shoot them, head on back.
Yeah, Young Guns as well, Rob Ponte says.
Yeah, Young Guns. I've watched it recently. Hasn't aged very well.
Yeah.
This is aged still pretty well. This is almost 30 years old
What was your opinion of Young Guns at the time?
My true opinion? It brought up my own inadequacies as a teen.
You thought they were tougher? Like, I should be Kiefer on the horse.
Yeah, or like, I didn't like it because it was like feeding into a certain way that I knew that I wasn't, that women didn't find attractive. That reveal is so hilarious.
Freeman was relatively new still at this point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Freeman. I mean,
I guess they had it coming.
this definitely built him up, though. I mean, this was a real, he did a Robin Hood, Prince of Tides.
Walks a crawl at one time or another.
Was it Prince of Tides? I was going to say Robin Hood.
Is Hackman like a sinister evil man?
He runs the town. He runs the town, and they've been hired by these prostitutes who, in the first scene, they get their faces slashed. One of them gets her face slashed, so the prostitutes all come together and say, we're going to put a bounty on this cowboy to kill him. And so these two old hitmen, which was Freeman and Eastwood, who were old then. They were old 30 years ago. And they were going to come together, and they get this younger cowboy to come with, they kind of pick him up to go after, to kill these other cowboys. So it's like 3 assassins are going on a mission. And just their personalities, and like, the young kid's kind of fucked up. He can't see. He's all prideful and shit. It's just I don't know. I liked it. I think it's a good character study.
1997, the Keenan Ivory Wayne show premieres on Fox TV.
1987?
1997.
97? Keenan? Ooh, wow. So he was still trying to live off.
You want to see something from that?
From
the Keenan Ivory Wayne show?
I want to watch the Hall of Fame. I want to see Edge get. Is this going on now?
It happened earlier. But
so this was today, though.
Yeah.
Or like growing up in the Immokalee. Those qualities remain with me today.
Ooh.
Immokalee High School is where I made a name for myself in football.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
This man memorized this speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Support my family
well,
through football. It took hard
he wasn't going to be known for being an orator.
Well, that's also CTE. He led with his head on a lot of runs.
Yeah. Oh, he was great.
Thank you, Audrey Moss, for giving me that extra push down the stretch to get into the University of Miami.
I'm going to. I know.
The U has always been second home to me. The city of Miami has always showed me nothing but love. Thank you, head coach Butch Davis, for believing in me and holding me.
Butch Davis was the coach. Yeah.
It sounds like a white guy doing an impression of a black guy. He sounds like Richard Belzer.
I was always confident, but it was at the U where I realized how good of a football player.
Now you can tell he's finding his stride a little bit.
Some of the best football players in the country played at the U.
He doesn't know what to do, though. Look at his hands. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do with his hands. I didn't take one class in college, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're going to do just so much old man wreckage tonight.
Yeah. Look at this.
Also shout out to Dr. Ed.
They're going to go out to bars tonight and no young people are going to know who they are. It's going to be very disappointing.
Yep.
2015, Muppets Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog announced the end to their relationship on Twitter.
2015?
Yeah. 1957, American Bandstand premieres on network TV.
Wow. God, I remember American Bandstand still being a thing when I was like a young teen. Madonna was on American Bandstand. That was like before MTV. I bet you MTV had to like convince financiers, well, how are you different from American Bandstand? I'm sure that was like a discussion that happened. And they're like, no, it's going to be a 24-hour thing, and we're going to get a bunch of videos from bands.
We're not going to have long microphones that you hold with your two fingers.
Yeah. They definitely took it in a different, but American Bandstand, even with that, getting on American Bandstand for Madonna I remember watching her on American Bandstand. It's the truth.
1956, after going bankrupt in 55, the American national broadcaster Dumont Television Network makes its final broadcast, a boxing match from St. Nicholas Arena.
What year?
56.
Wow. So that
was the last of
that was
the
like
last
Cro-Magnon.
fledgling. There was, because I always remember hearing about Dumont. Like that was one of the major networks.
I never knew that. I just learned something.
Yeah. NBC, Dumont, like they were the last of like the Titans took them out.
Wow.
1960, Chubby Checker performs his version of The Twist on the Dick Clark Show, starting a worldwide dance craze.
That must have been, that was like early going viral.
Here's what we're getting into though. Crow, this is the crown jewel. I almost forgot about this.
Yeah.
1986, the first NFL American Bowl exhibition game played at London's Wembley Stadium. The Chicago Bears beat the Dallas Cowboys 17-6.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up a little thing from that here.
Wow. Well, I think there had been a game before that in Wembley Stadium.
Well, that's next.
Because
your Vikings played.
They played the Cardinals.
They're the first game in Europe of all time.
They played the Cardinals.
I couldn't find any game footage, but I have a British newscast talking about this Vikings spotted in England.
Wow.
But here, this Bears game, we got the whole game. We're not going to watch it, but
man, Frank Gifford was still.
They're at Wembley.
You're sending your A team over there. People are cheering. Mike Saxon, 86. This is when they started to get bad. 80. This is the end of Landry. Landry had lost.
Well, it was probably the Bears were the best team, and the Cowboys were like the most historic team.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Absolutely, the known team. Absolutely. No, the Bears were a charismatic franchise back then. For about
who the fuck is that? Is that who was 89?
There's Dennis Gentry's swing now.
Oh, Stenson. Steve Stenson, I think, was fucking.
34, his number.
That's what's Dick Emberg.
Tokyo, Mexico City, London, and again.
I knew Cardinals Vikings.
Yeah,
I knew it.
The NFL presenting.
God, the fact that I have a protein strand in my brain that remembers that is like, come on, Emery Moorhead.
Yeah,
he was.
Steve Fuller was playing quarterback.
Yeah. Wow. They're like, McMahon, we don't want you to get hurt because you're the fucking starter. Their whole line was good. Bears had a good offensive line too. Keith Van Horn was decent. Mark Bortz was decent. They had a decent. Jimbo Covert was a decent offensive lineman. They had a good offensive lineman. They were the best team in the NFC Central, no doubt about it.
I love how they're just cheering.
I know, they don't know.
They don't know
when to cheer. Yeah,
He didn't get as much publicity.
There's the fridge.
Oh, he probably ate some blood sausage.
They line him up and they're gonna hand it off to him. Give those people on the ocean.
He hit about 6 Dallas
on the other side of the pond. Look at that. You see,
the fat man scored.
Yes, Perry was a fucking phenomenon, dude. You gotta understand, he was a phenomenon in '85.
And how many stone? 22 and a half.
That lady looks like she's slaved cheering, like she doesn't want to be there. Watch her.
She's being let out. Now when the camera is on you, you cheer. Yeah.
Is she humping? Look at that hip thrust.
God, that clothing. Hey, I'm a Chicago. I think you see that Chicago guy next to her.
Oh yeah, we came down here to Great Britain.
Yeah, I'm sure there are people who made the flight.
They built the Titanic here.
Let's go. Let's fly over there and see him in a preseason game. No, it wasn't. Stan Jablonski and I. We're gonna do that for a trip.
Doris DeBerg went down there with fucking Dooley, Steve Dooley.
I don't remember him. Well, this must be like, is this like early in the game?
Sean, no, this is late in the game.
Oh, yeah. So it's all these backups that are preseason crap.
Look at all those collars on that offensive line.
Yeah, absolutely. You do that you wouldn't break your neck, but it looked bad for people. They didn't like the aesthetic of it. It's like, no, you should have it back there. Does it help? Are you going to snap a vertebrae in your neck?
Oh, here's another one. Joe Niekro gets ejected from a game.
In 87?
Yeah.
I remember this. Yeah, because he was scuffing the ball.
He's 10-4 coming out of the bullpen.
And they checked the ball. It was Brian Downing.
6 and 9. Niekro drops it in for a strike.
Niekro's dead.
New York got beat.
Is that Phil? Is it a relation of Phil?
It's Joe Niekro's brother. Like you combine, I think they had the most wins of any. Maybe Cy Young had a
of any family.
Of any, yeah, I think, or very, very high. Because Niekro won like 175 games. I want to say
that's the most umpire-looking motherfucker of all time.
You see, he takes it out of his back
throws
pocket.
it, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Tom Kelly's protecting him. Tom Kelly knew how to handle a pitching staff. He understood how to handle a pitching staff. He really did.
With Dave Phillips and with Tim Cheetah.
He knew when to pull him. Can we look up Niekro's stats? Not necessarily right now, but I want to just see if I'm right about his number of wins. He might have had over 200 because he pitched for some teams in Houston that were pretty good. I think he threw a knuckleball too. You see right there. You see he did it. That was the ball, so he scuffed the ball with it. He got suspended.
He's out of there.
Yep.
Oh, they loved it at the Big A.
At the Big A, absolutely. Those whites down there. They loved that, didn't they? There's some rough whites.
Yeah, kick that Niekro out of here.
Yeah, that was still when it was still Orange County, not when it is now, which is.
They were just like a Niekro's pitching? We don't like that.
Kent Herbeck, Gary Gaetti. I mean, this team won the World Series.
That rat face fuck. You hate the Minnesota Twins, huh?
I couldn't stand them. Couldn't stand them.
Were they just this shit team that always fucked the A's up?
Yeah, because they're the only team that actually could compete with the A's, and the A's were better than them, but they just couldn't. They just, they won in 87 and 91. The Twins won the World Series. The A's won it once in 80, 89, and the A's were just a better baseball team. But they had good pitching. They had Blyleven and Frank Viola in 87, and then they had Jeff Reardon, I think, as a
I love how they
closer.
put it in the bag like it's murder evidence.
I know. We could have said exactly. It's just the sanctimonious nature of baseball. That's Kennesaw Mountain Landis' influence. Here it is. He throws out, I think, of his right hand.
Kicked him out of the game.
Right here. There it goes. Right there. There it is. Yep. It hit Ken Herbeck. If it hadn't hit Ken Herbeck, maybe he gets away with it. That guy noticed it.
Or he could have just palmed it in his hand.
I know, exactly. Hide it in your fingers,
And then out.
Or eat it.
It's 100 hits of acid. Just a trip for,
Start taking his warm-up tosses.
What are they still examining now?
To give you a station identification.
Now we're just doing umpire shit to look more official.
Yeah.
But they that goes on for another minute.
I want to see Joe Niekro's stats, and I believe my initial impulse was 175 wins, but I could be wrong on that. I think it might be a little higher, but I could be wrong. It could be like I'm going to say he had 175 wins in his career.
Why do they have his fucking at bats? I hate when they do that. He was a pitcher, you fuckhead.
I know, exactly.
Man, he played for a long time.
Yeah, I might be too low.
22 years he played. How many wins?
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he had like 219.
221.
Wow, I said 219.
Yeah.
But I said 175.
And he lost 204.
Yeah, what would be his ERA?
His 162 game average was 13 wins and 12 losses a year.
Yep.
359 ERA.
Yep.
Houston for 11 years, Cubs for 3, Yankees for 3, Detroit for 3, Twins for 2, Atlanta for 2, Padres for 1.
Yeah, he played a lot. Who was his long? Houston, right? That's who he played the most
11
with.
years.
Yeah, absolutely. He came up with them. I mean,
1985, Rod Carew gets his 3,000th hit.
Yeah, this is off of. Is this off of? Who's it off? It's a Twins pitcher. Is it Frank Viola?
A big hello to Brad Buto, former Gopher hockey coach. He's being
this is the Minnesota feed.
Dinner back in the Twin
Who
Cities.
was this pitcher? I used to know this pitcher.
Prior to departing Minnesota for a little bit from here, San Diego, United States International University.
It is Frank Viola.
It's young Frank Viola. It's like young Frank Viola, early in his career.
To Downing.
Wow. Yeah, because I mean, he won a Cy Young in '88. I mean, Viola was a very good pitcher for a brief time. They got him from the Mets.
Here comes Rod.
Who was that trade again?
For what?
The Twins got Frank Viola from the Mets in a very one-way trade that worked out well for the Twins. And I can't think of the guy's name they traded to him.
American League's
I should
most
know.
valuable player, while a member of the Minnesota Twins.
Yep. Carew. That's Stan. He was the Wade Boggs of his era. I used to not like him because he played for the Twins. His MVP season was 77, the year I had Chief Sports Consciousness. I remember.
On July 31st, 1989, the Twins traded Frank Viola to the New York Mets for Rick Aguilera, Kevin Tapani, Dave West, Tim Drummond, and a player to be named later who would become Jack Savage.
Yeah, so they got Kevin Tapani. But did he get drafted by the Twins? Did he come up from their system?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they actually traded for him. No, they traded him to the Mets. Exactly. I knew he was involved in a big trade. Wow, I got that wrong. Wow.
Oh no, they got Tapani from the Mets.
From the Mets, exactly.
Yeah.
Did they also get Aguilera?
Rick Aguilera.
Yeah, Aguilera and Tapani.
He played on the Cubs.
Yeah, no, Aguilera
in '98.
He was their closer in '91 when they won the World Series. One of my favorite all-time memories of being an A's fan was Eric Fox hitting a home run off of Rick Aguilera in '92. My girlfriend and I were just breaking up because she got sick of my personality. She just didn't like it. They usually don't. Here we go. That's a classic Rod Carew. Look how shallow they're playing him. He had no power.
So I was talking to Crow off air one time. Apparently Rod Carew developed his batting stance that way because he said that was the only way he could get ahead of Nolan Ryan's high fastball.
God. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Well, they were sort of the Charlie, like he was deemed like a very good baseball player, Rod Carew. It was old school stats.
Played it the right way. He's a credit to his race. He played it the right way. He's one of the good ones.
He's also he's in one of my favorite posts that got no likes.
Is that Rod Schoendeist?
No, that was Dick Schofield.
Standing ovation.
That was back when the Big A was a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
It was ugly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's. The Angels were a good team, though. They could put together a pretty good team back then, but they couldn't win it all.
It's got a death threat written on it.
Yeah, no, with Carew, he
Go
was...
back to Africa, Coon.
Yeah. No, he's Jewish, too, you know?
Yeah, they loved Carew, though. He wasn't...
Oh, yeah.
They probably hated a guy like Ricky Henderson at the Big A.
No, well, I think with Carew, the knock on him, too, I guess he was surly with the media. He did not get along well with the media. It's a famous line when he was playing for the Angels. There's a fat sports reporter who said, "Why don't you fit in a salad?" And the fat sports reporter said, "Why don't you fit in an RBI?"
That's fucking great.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
He wasn't
comeback.
ready for that.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think Carew at the end of his career, he was knocking in like 47. And he played like 3 extra years. I mean, at the end of his career, he was knocking in like 40 runs a season. That was it, man. That's not a lot, you know? You're hanging around for your 3,000th hit.
All right, we'll do this one. It's short.
God, look at this.
And then we got Bud Grant.
Look at this.
Americans stationed over here in the military.
Yeah, literally, it was just like, we had to get on this phone that went across the cable and,
5 hours just to see the game. At the end of the game, it was really sort of mass chaos. Thousands of fans came onto the field, besieging the players, hoping to get some autographs. All the players made it off safely. In fact, 2 of the...
Fuck Bob Bruce. We'll talk to him.
That's crazy.
We'll get the source from old Buddy Grant here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just bet that Jeff had to put on his track shoes to keep track of all of it today, Jeff.
Ah, you are
a lot
white.
of stuff going on. We're going to start out talking about the Twins. The Twins took on Oakland at the Dome again today after losing a heartbreaker in 13 innings last night. Unfortunately, things didn't get any better this afternoon as the A's shut them out. And Steve Carroll has more.
God,
Game road trip. Steve Carroll, 11 Sports.
Oh, they cut it.
Okay, Steve, thanks a lot. Here's our American League
What
scoreboard.
year
Now
was that?
Texas and Cleveland.
This is 80. This is 83.
Yeah. This is like it's early 80s, man. I knew that. God, I was living in Wisconsin. Oh my God.
Milwaukee is now just a game and a half out in the AL East. They defeated Toronto 9-6. Couple other
The new Blue Jays.
Yeah, the Blue Jays started getting good.
California just getting going out on the
of
coast.
Seattle and
Nationally,
Toronto
Montreal
got better
Pittsburgh
faster
finished this
because those teams stunk for like 3 or 4
Everybody's
years.
still buzzing about the Vikings' big win yesterday in England, except maybe for British promoter John Marshall. Marshall was expecting a crowd of nearly 65,000 yesterday, but only about 33,000 showed up, and that means Mr. Marshall will lose around $700,000. Well, let's get back to the good stuff. The highlights. The Vikings led 3-0 in the second quarter when Tommy Kramer found Teddy Brown open in the end zone.
Teddy Brown was a good player.
TD pass
They threw to the backs a lot in Minnesota. They threw to the backs all the time.
They also got the last touchdown of the game. Rufus Best.
He was a defensive back,
the
too.
Punt. He goes 76 yards down the sidelines. Walker Lee Ashley, a beautiful block there. And after the game, our Tom Ryther got these comments.
Rufus, quite a game for you. Unforgettable night, huh?
I remember Rufus Best. He was a decent player. He had return ability. And
really appreciate all the
Leo Lewis
attraction.
He played for them in their '87 championship game. He was like their third receiver. Tom Hannon, I always thought he was overrated. He played for 8 years, 9 years. He played for Ohio State. I didn't like him.
A big kick out of us kicking the ball, throwing the ball, and they're very receptive, and I really enjoyed it.
Great way to start the preseason.
He was a first-round pick in '78. He was a first-round pick in '78. I never thought he was that good.
One final question: your final thoughts on this London adventure?
Well, I think it has been an adventure, and when you win, it makes it all worthwhile. And
well, the food sucks. The stadium sucked. These people are pussies. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Post-game scene, the fans came down from the stands. They wanted autographs.
This is like
from their
a Minnesota feed or a
the English people enjoyed
It's like a local. I don't know if it's Minneapolis, but is it? I wonder what town is it?
It's just Minnesota. Yeah,
it might be Minneapolis.
It is.
This guy's relatively professional.
Thomas Ryther came from England, and I thought it was time I at least return the visit. And now for cameraman Brian Augustine, Rich Nestle, and our newly found friend driver Clive Atkins. This is Tom Ryther reporting for 11 Sports from Wembley Stadium in London, England.
I bet you they partied.
What a rough assignment. Now, I want to remind everybody, coming up tomorrow night, our second edition of Vikings Replay. The show airs at 6:30 p.m.
Holy shit.
$1,000. Now, what the heck is a 19-year-old kid going to do with that kind of money? I guess instead of buying a hamburger, maybe now he can buy the hamburger stand. Jimmy Arias wins the
I remember Jimmy Arias was a rising tennis guy in the early 80s. He and Aaron Crickstein, I always confused them. Jimmy Arias and Aaron Crickstein.
6 a.m. when the graph moves into the
they never developed.
The Twins outfielder, Rusty Kuntz. Or maybe it's the other way around. Let's look at the tape, and I'll show you what I mean. The Twins were taking on California at the Dome last Monday night. Steve Labradich knocks one up the middle for the Angels.
The Dome.
Rusty Kuntz coming in. He's going to
Rusty Kuntz.
Kuntz. I remember him. We see you. Oh, yeah. Is this
76? The White Sox suit up in shorts.
Yeah.
Those short pants didn't stop Pat Kelly from stealing second base in the fourth inning of Game 1.
Yeah, that was always the thing.
Moments later,
how can
Kelly
you slide with short
1-0
shorts on? How can you slide?
Off the bat of Jim Spencer.
I think you can.
Wound up scoring when Jim Wolford threw wildly to third base. You can see here pitcher Marty Patton.
This would have been a big game that year because these teams were actually decent.
The Sox scored.
The Royals played. They won the West.
That's probably why it was so disappointing because they were a good team in shorts.
Yeah.
So this is the one year we could cheer, and they're ugly as fuck every game.
That's Ralph Garr.
Brett went 2 for 10 today.
I like those uniform tops. Are pretty badass.
They look like just big ass shirts.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I like that lettering. What did I say? Ralph Garr, right?
Yeah. A 2-run single by Jack Brohammer in the 6th inning. Actually,
Brohammer.
I remember him.
Forster picked up the victory with Rich Gossett.
Rich Gossett was still pitching for him.
And then we got closing ceremonies for the Olympics, but I think that's who gives a fuck about that.
I watched some of the Olympics. I kind of got into the. No, I mean I watched it. I don't know if I want to.
I know. I'm just figuring out which one's shorter because I know I got the full closing ceremonies.
He believes in term limits. You know something? I like that. Wow, this is as bland. Oh my God.
Then I know I had a short.
Especially to all of our NBC colleagues, talented and dedicated people who put so much of themselves into not just the past 17 days.
Boom, Richard Jewell.
Yeah.
Was that during the closing ceremonies?
No, I think it was just during the Olympics.
During the Olympics.
Yeah, I just was at a.
And all of us at NBC Sports, I'm Bob Costas. Good night.
The
Centennial Olympic Games in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep. That was.
Are they going to play We Are the World?
This is where we used to string them up.
Well, I think this is the closing ceremonies for the show.
Yeah, exactly. Anything with the South, I always think.
How did you feel about it? Did you have a good time?
I think it was decent. We had a structure. I like it. I'm just,
How did you like it in the chat, everybody? Was it a good show? Huh? I had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want anything to plug? Your Twitter?
No. I'm just, I'm nothing really to plug. No, just go to Insecure Comic.
Insecure Comic on Twitter.
That's my Twitter. I need to get up from 363 followers.
Yeah.
I've been stuck at that number for quite some time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, follow me on Keith Pazel, keithpazel.com for every episode of the show and my stand-up clips and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Yes.
Hope you had fun. Do the pay-per-view donations if you can. If not, we get it. But yeah, we'll be back next week with Who the Fuck Knows. We love you. Goodbye.
Yes. Have a good evening. Yeah, I know somebody won.
Back on that online radio.